Farm Bureau Financial Services, Runza, Double Dips, Merrick's Ranch House, Mid-Plains Community College, Szechuan Famous Food and Sushi Bar, The Cedar Room.
Here's the voice of the Dogs, Paxton Gordon.
Welcome back here to the Doghouse. I tricked Jeff Smeltzer. Wasn't intentional. I didn't mean to trick him. I honestly thought we were going to have more time. And then I kind of looked over, and we were running out of time.
We went from 2.5 minutes to 20 seconds.
In the span of 2 seconds. So thank heavens we made it in time here. But we're going to have a fun basketball game here tonight. It is, I'm not going to lie, Jeff Smeltzer, it is almost eerily similar weather-wise to what it was last time we played McCook, which was really crappy snow, really cold, which actually might turn out to be a benefit for us because that's when the girls who are starting off tonight got a victory against McCook and the Bison in overtime last year.
Yeah, we can go into overtime. I got a short ride home tonight, not like last year.
I was going to say, what time did you, if you remember off the top of your head, what time did you leave that game? Did you leave just immediately after it ended?
Yeah, I don't know what time we got done. 10?
That game, yes, just because the girls' game lasted so long, I think it did, and then I didn't get home till like 12.
It was after midnight when we got home.
Yeah, it was not good.
No, I kind of felt bad this morning about talking about hoping they have snowy roads, but that was a joke, and it might come to fruition.
To be fair, a lot of the weather services did say it was only going to be less than an inch.
Yeah.
And that has kind of just gone out the window. And now I'm kind of sitting here feeling like we're going to get more than just an inch here tonight. But, again, as I said, that might be good for the Dogs because last time we played McCook in kind of a snowy condition, it was the girls that came away with the lone victory for the two teams, and it was an overtime victory with most of the team out. Half of the starters were injured that game, and then most of the starters that played in that game also got fouled out. So Abby Kamensky was the lone starter in that contest, and they also came away with the victory. And that was a pretty good McCook squad going into last year. Into that game, they were above 500 by 3 wins, and they got put down to the iron by North Platte High School.
And we had to go deep into the roster for that one.
We
had to dig out the JV rosters
to find out who.
For overtime.
We really did because we went through the starters, we went through all the reserves, and then we had to pull out some poor people at the end of the bench because, again, we just ran out of people.
Yeah, poor Hayden Hansen. We didn't know she wasn't listed on the varsity roster, so
I think we had to look at maps. We had to look at Max Preps to figure out who she was.
Her name did not get called enough, but we didn't know who she was at the time.
But we came away with the victory. And now this year's kind of an odd year just because North Platte High School for, I think now it feels like the 4th game in a row, maybe 5th, are without their 2 best players due to concussion. Now, Peyton Jones was kind of warming up, not taking, the actual warm-ups, was doing work when the team was off the field. So she seems like she's getting much closer. Josie Douglas has yet to practice. Now, the reasoning behind a lot of this, and I have yet to talk to Coach Hammond, of course, but if you were looking in the news or been attuned to the sporting world, recently there was a basketball player at the collegiate level that passed away due to a concussion. And so a lot of people recently have just been taking concussions a little bit more seriously. Brandon Dobbs at the community college got a concussion all the way back in the University of New Mexico game.
And that was about the 15th or 16th of December.
Yes, and he's still out right now. So
better to err on the side of caution.
And that's right. So what happened there is a lot of people now are starting to take much more precaution with concussions and making sure people are not coming back too early. And that is probably why we're not seeing Peyton Jones and Josie Douglas. At the meantime, they've yet to pass their concussion test, and they're also just with precaution trying to stay safe.
And at the end of the day, it's just a game. So
yes,
health is way more important. So let's make sure that they're healthy and ready to come back before they do return.
And I honestly feel like we know those are established starters. We know what we're going to get from them in a day-to-day basis, game-to-game basis. I think right now is a really good opportunity for some of these girls who are, as we've said, not seeing a lot of time, kind of playing an expanded role, explore their game a little bit, and maybe come up with a couple of wins. It felt like last Tuesday, I got to remember what time. It's a weird day that they played on Tuesday against Grand Island Northwest. It may not have been the prettiest game, but I felt like there were at least some good moments in there. I know they scored only 10 points. Was that the men that scored 10 points in the second half?
Boys scored 10 in the second half. Girls had a quarter that was almost scoreless.
I think it was the third quarter. Yeah. So there's some bright spots, but there's still, of course, a lot of clunkiness as North Platte High is still trying to figure out, how to operate without two of their best starters. And honestly, the hardest thing about it is when you lose two of your best ball handlers. And I think, watching North Platte Community College last year with a team that struggled with ball handlers, and then now at the high school level, man, it is sometimes tough to really run an offense when, teams are pressuring you full court and you don't have a real, I can't say elite ball handler, but somebody who is pretty confident with the basketball with pressure in their face.
They can handle pressure and go with either hand.
Yes. And the people who are starting aren't point guards. J.C. Burke actually is a shooting guard, so she's primarily not going to have the ball in her hands. So she's now being thrusted into that point guard position.
And when you don't do it a lot, when you're under pressure, you just go to what works or used to work, and that's your right hand, and go to your dominant hand. And they find themselves in traps or being forced out of bounds. So if that is the case, if you're going to only use your right hand, start on the very far end of the court so you can go diagonally all the way across instead of straight down to the sideline.
Yes.
But I did see some of the girls doing much better using their left hand.
Trevor, gosh bless you. You're such a good guy. I got starters, my man. So you just walked up here to say hi? See, Trevor's such a good guy. Thank you so much, Trevor.
At least get in front of the camera.
Yeah, come here, Trevor. Say hi. Say hi real quick as we pull up there. There's
right,
Trevor. Shout out the Bulldog super fan, Trevor, who also does the scoreboard. Yes, gosh bless him.
Yep.
He does the scoreboard, it feels like, for everything these days. But he does a great job down there on the scorers table. But it'll be interesting because this McCook team, of course, from last year, they were really, really good. This year, of course, with the departure of some of their players, have kind of fallen down the rankings. They're 4-10 right now, same as North Platte High School coming into today's game.
Just going to look and see if they got young. It looks like there's 3 seniors on their roster. About like North Platte, So height-wise, it looks like we should match up pretty well.
They do have some pretty good length. I think while their height might be, eerily deceptive, I do think they're very long in the wingspan, and that kind of has been a little bit of the issue North Platte has come to deal with, as you said, with a team that has, trying to expand their roles and figure out how they can adapt to things. It's tough for them because if a team has a lot of elite wingspan or above average wingspan, it's really tough for some of these players to, as they normally would like to do, get around those defenders and kind of take it to the rack or set the offense in the paint like head coach Tyson Hammond likes to do.
Yeah, and I hope this week they work a little bit on post-entry passes because Nora Worrell had good position for most of the game and just didn't get the touches, get the feet.
Yeah.
She did show a little range there towards the end of the game. I think going 1 for 2 from the three-point line. And
head coach Tyson Hammond did say as well that he would like to see Nora kind of, explore a little bit more on the perimeter now that it's not a constant, good three-point shooting, but she can really space that floor. And for a team, again, that lacks with Peyton Jones and Josie Douglas being out a true elite perimeter shooter, having your big kind of pull out and maybe can be able to drive in.
Yeah, especially man-to-man defense. If she brings the big defender out with her, that allows for some easier drives, for the rest of the team. So looking forward to tonight, warming up well. So
I was going to say, it's warming up well on the court, and we're all warming up ourselves after a very, very cold day today. 0 degrees outside right now. It's only 5:22 on our High Street Insurance time and temperature. Thanks to Cole Johnson with High Street Insurance. It's a pleasure to have him on this year to, really talk about the temperature, because this is the first time we actually had to talk about how cold it was. Normally we talk about how hot it is outside or how nice it is. Now it's abysmally cold, and I'm kind of glad that we're sitting here in the gymnasium today.
And I think tomorrow forecasting double digits, maybe 10 or 11? No.
I'm thinking it's even lower. I saw 9 now.
Okay.
So it's not looking any better. So if you are cold at your house, and I don't want to say you're out of power, but come on down to the Doghouse and watch a very, very, very fun basketball rivalry here today. Quick stop, pregame show, 27 locations open 24 hours a day. When we come back, Jeff Smeltzer, we're going to talk about some more keys to the game and what we're looking to see from North Platte High School against this McCook squad from the Doghouse on FM 98.1, AM 1410, and yes, video live streaming on our Cedar Room live stream, NorthPlattePost.com.
Start your day with gourmet coffee with Quick Stop's 100% Arabica house blend and Quick Stop's Seattle Buzz coffees. Quick Stop Rewards offering exclusive discounts and fuel rollbacks. Savings up to 15 cents per gallon with Sinclair Dino Pay using your debit or credit card. Quick Stop can refresh with Frazzle gourmet slushes and For Real shakes and smoothies. Or customize your favorite fountain drink with flavor shots and everyday low prices on your favorite beers.
Always open right around the corner. Quick Stop.
Family first. My dad used to tell us that all the time. But family first wasn't just something he'd say to us. It was how he lived every day of his life. And it's how I try to live mine too.
At Shelter Insurance, our agents are dedicated to helping provide personalized auto, home, and life protection that puts your family first.
See me, Pete Volz, at 501 South Jeffers for a free insurance review.
When the leaves start falling and the temps start dropping, do your windows keep the cold out or let it in? From foggy panes and drafts to cracked or outdated glass, Larry's Glass can help you cozy up your home before winter hits. Repairs, replacements, even custom storm windows. Call Larry's Glass in North Platte today and stay warm, safe, and energy smart all season long. Larry's Glass, 211 West 5th, where quality meets clarity.
Hey, Nebraska parents, did you know your local community college is offering free tuition for early entry in dual credit classes? At Mid-Plains Community College, your high schooler can jumpstart their future right now, saving money while earning real college credit. Picture this: the next nurse saving lives, the next entrepreneur building a better Nebraska, and it all starts while they're still in high school. Talk to your school counselor or visit npcc.edu to learn more. Students for course-related fees and must attend a Nebraska high school or homeschool to qualify.
This is the Bulldog Pregame Show from FM 98.1 and 1410 AM. Presented by Quick Stop. Always open right around the corner. Quick Stop.
Welcome back here to McDonald. Well, not McDonald Belton. I got a little too lost in the putting up the video stream on our post site. But welcome back to the Doghouse, which is just as good as McDonald Belton Gymnasium, because we're going to have a great game tonight. I had a great game rivalry rise last Wednesday for North Platte and Southeast Community College, and now for the high school, it is the battle of the rivals of just a few miles, the Bison of McCook High School and North Platte High School and the Bulldogs. These are, while being in different, divisions of high school sports, these two teams really do treat this as a rivalry game, Jeff Smelter.
Well, they do. They're close enough in proximity. These kids have been playing against each other in grade school, middle school, and all the way through high school. So they're very familiar with each other, and you would like to get a victory against each other.
And now I don't want to speculate too much here, but again, there has been a lot of rumblings from the undergrounds about North Platte moving down a class. You talk to a lot of people. There's no official word yet on that, but there has been a little bit of some rumblings that I've heard through the community that next year North Platte will be going to Class B, which means this rivalry gets even more because of, McCook being Class B school as well, and of course North Platte being Class A if they move down to Class B. Now, I don't know what conference North Platte would be joining, because if you remember correctly, North Platte currently doesn't have a conference here in Class A. They're not part of the HAC like they used to be. They're now kind of a, drifter in the world of sports class-wise. So they potentially, if they do go to Class B, could move into McCook's, conference, or they could go up to Scottsbluff, or they can do the Central, depending on what they prefer to join at this point.
Yeah, I wish that official announcement would come out,
We will know in February, because that is when next year's softball and volleyball classifications come out. So in February, we should know.
So we should follow those teams.
Yes. So football's going to be deceiving because Class A changed the rules this year in terms of where the limit of enrollment is. So they lowered it to 425 boys and then let in 4 different teams to kind of fill out the Class A system. So don't look at football if you're trying to figure out enrollment numbers, because that is wrong. Now we'd, of course, have to wait until middle to maybe even late February for an update.
Class
in
A
that.
is embracing nationwide recruiting now.
Oh, yeah, if you haven't been following, Jeff Smeltzer's been all up on this for the last couple of days. But some of the Husker recruits are going to Millard South, so shout out Millard South. We don't have to see them ever again. Well, knock on wood, hopefully.
Knock on wood, yeah.
Well, it'd be good because if we see them, we're actually really good and we're going to a a state championship. But, yeah, it's the college world is seeping into the high school world in terms of recruits going to specific schools.
Yeah.
And even though they'll say that they're not being coerced to go there, you can't sit there and tell me that is not what's happening. Because one of those players is literally commuting to Millard South every single day.
Yeah, from Lincoln.
Yes.
So they said they wanted to be closer to the university program. I understand that. But they couldn't find one of the 8 schools in Lincoln to go to high school. They had,
Yeah,
so,
you're telling me you couldn't find a good school to go to in Lincoln? Okay.
So anyway, you best of luck to Millard South next year. They'll probably roll through it like they did again this year, but on to basketball.
Yes, so enough of our, hypothetical situations.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what's going on here for the Bulldogs taking on McCook. Both teams 4-10. Really taking me through quickly your Owls lock and save keys to the game for North Platte High on the offensive defensive side.
It's the same thing we talk about every week. Protect the basketball. Get touches in the paint. You get the touches in the paint, those will either turn into buckets in the paint or you'll get good looks on the perimeter.
Or you'll get fouled too.
Yeah.
You'd rather go to the line as well.
Yeah. So it's time to grow up. You've been without Peyton and Josie for 3 or 4 games now. So
let's see how now's the time. Everyone should be comfortable in what they're doing. So let's see what they can possess. Going into this game, North Platte High girls basketball taking on McCook and the Bison. We come back to the Doghouse on FM 98.1 and AM 1410.
Experience the beauty of downtown North Platte and enjoy lunch or dinner at the Cedar Room. The Cedar Room is an unparalleled restaurant experience with this unique atmosphere where modern meets rustic. Enjoy a handcrafted cocktail made with the freshest ingredients by a master mixologist while dining from their delicious American fusion cuisine menu. Make a reservation by calling 308-532-4825 or reserve online at thecedarroomne.com. The Cedar Room, 505 North Dewey in beautiful downtown North Platte.
Hurry up, dude. The game's about to start. Nothing beats spending the day watching the game with your buddies.
Dude, I'm literally right here. Let's do this.
Which is why a shelter insurance renter's policy is key to your winning game plan. It protects things your landlord's policy doesn't.
Dude, where's your TV?
What? No way, dude. Like that flat screen TV that just got stolen.
Ask me, Shelter Agent Brent Rogo, about Shelter's competitive renter's insurance rates.
Every step should feel great, but if foot pain, bunions, heel spurs, or injuries are slowing you down, Great Plains Foot and Ankle Specialists is here to help. Their expert team of doctors provide top-notch care, from routine foot health to advanced treatments and surgery. Whether you're an athlete, always on the go, or just tired of aching feet, they'll get you back on your feet pain-free. Step into comfort. Call Great Plains Foot and Ankle Specialists today, or see them online at gpfootandankle.com.
Are you in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV? Look no further than Bill Summers Ford Honda Nissan for your next vehicle. Look online 24/7 at BillSummers.com. Bill Summers is Western Nebraska's leasing headquarters, and they have aggressive financing to get you into the vehicle you've been dreaming of. Check out all the inventory at BillSummers.com anytime. Bill Summers Ford Honda Nissan, where families are our business. Highway 83 and Walker Road in North Platte, and online 24/7 at BillSummers.com. The Bulldogs play here on FM 98.1 and 1410 AM. Head to Merrick's. Open Monday starting in February. Also, try the new Philly cheesesteak sandwich, the most authentic cheesesteak in the area. Merrick's.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to the Doghouse, FM 98.1, AM 1410. Video live streaming on our Cedar Room live stream, NorthPlattePost.com. I'm Paxton Gordon. Jeff Smeltzer sits right beside me and a little back. It's time. It is time for our Double Dips Ice Creamery starting lineup. Double Dips Ice Creamery in the historic Canteen District in North Platte offers 24 plus different flavors of hand-dipped ice cream, served in a variety of ways. for McCook and the Bison. Kerrigan Brown, the 5'10 sophomore, gets the start alongside Callie Crawford, the 5'11 junior. Jaylee Walgren, Walgren, the 5'9 senior, alongside Sari Barber, the 5'7 senior, starting for the side of the Bison of McCook. Jeff Smeltzer, it's time to hit us up with what North Platte is doing here today.
All right. I'm going to do this in the dark, so let's see how I do.
You got this. You got this.
All right, we got junior number 4, J.C. Burke. Fellow junior number 10, J.C. Fox. Number 14, senior Ava Franzen. Number 22, sophomore Adelaide Terry. And the freshman in the paint, 44, Nora World.
Oh, I mean, you had it there, my man. I'm telling you. Look at you go. All in the dark, can't see anything, and Jeff Smeltzer is ready to rock and roll with his starting lineup. It's going to be a really fun match tonight. Two teams that are really struggling right now. 4-10 on the season, both looking to kind of restart their season against one another. Both teams have not been efficient on the offensive side. McCook is coming in with a victory last time out against Lexington, who North Platte lost to earlier in this month. So it's going to be interesting to see how these two teams match up. Again, technically, size-wise, it should be pretty even, with North Platte maybe getting the upper hand just by an inch with Miss Nora Worrell. But you never know. Let's find out as we get ready to rock and roll with the tip-off here between the girls of McCook and North Platte High Schools. It's won by McCook and the Bison as they get set up to start things offensively with it. Walgren at the logo to the near side here. That is Gale. Back over the head of Kerrigan Brown. A turnover for the Bison off their first possession offensively as Jeff Smeltzer gets nice and comfortable here with me.
All right. Moving down to press row here.
J.C. Burke to the near side of Nora Worrell. She's already out on the perimeter. You can see maybe that's kind of the change North Platte we talked about was starting. Bad pass from Ava Franzen as that's going to be tipped out of bounds by Kerrigan Brown. A tie ball game here with 7:37 left to go here in this first quarter. J.C. Fox with the ball, picking her dribble up, swings over to Adelaide Terry. Terry drives into the paint, kicks out. Franzen with 17 on the shot clock to Burke. Burke getting a nice screen. Back out to Adelaide Terry. Terry in a double team. Terry with some muscle, no good. Collects her own miss, pivoting around. Terry's shot is up. Terry's shot is in. Adelaide Terry. You want to talk about somebody who is really in the absence of Peyton Jones and Josie Douglas kind of taking that next step forward. It is Miss Adelaide Terry with her first 2 points. If I remember correctly, she had 8 and 7 last time out on Tuesday against Grand Island Northwest. She does miss the first free throw, and that goes out of bounds off the Dogs.
You can just see her confidence growing, each game, each week. So, a good strong move in there to get her offensive rebound and a putback and a foul. Just missed the free throw, however.
And we've talked about who is going to be that spark plug that replaces Chloe Hanneborg. That full court breakdown is going to result in a bucket for McCook. As Saray Barber, able to get the bucket. As that ball up now to J.C. Fox. Fox has a wide open Nora Worrell down low. She gets the bucket. And North Platte breaks down the McCook full court press. And it's a 4-2 lead in favor of North Platte High School. 6:48 left to go on our State Farm agent Bobby Holt's scoreboard. Gale now kicks to the far side. That's a 3 from Walgren. No good. Fighting for it is J.C. Fox, and it goes off of Saray Barber. So we talked about who's going to be that replacement to Chloe Hanneborg this season as she's now wrestling. Adelaide Terry has really stepped up, but I think it's a different player compared to who Chloe Hanneborg was. As Hanneborg more of that speedy small guard as they go down low once again to Nora Worrell, and it's tipped out of bounds.
Yeah.
Adelaide Terry more of that physical bruiser that'll put her head down and be aggressive.
Both play with a lot of energy, but just, Adelaide Terry's just a little more physical, stronger player. Chloe was just all about her quicks.
And that's kind of the thing the Dogs have been missing as Burke fires for 3. Oh, off the front iron, and it goes out of bounds. Last touched off of J.C. Fox. With Phoenix Brown transferring to Sutherland. Shout out Phoenix Brown, almost averaging 15 points and 20 rebounds a game at Sutherland. They needed kind of that bruiser type of body, and, Adelaide Terry's kind of fit that mold exactly. Pass to the far side to Walgren. Walgren to Barber, excuse me, down in the block. Barber kicks out to Gale. Gale will fire for three. Off the iron, no good. Fought for. Ooh, saved by Adelaide Terry for a second, but they're going to say the battle between Terry and Barber results in it going off of North Platte, so McCook has an inbounds on the baseline with Brecking Gale.
Oh, get out.
A wide open three in the corner for Callie Crawford. And Callie Crawford.
No communication that time. She was wide open on that inbounds play.
And now J.C. Burke up the court to the far side to Terry. Terry up now to Nora Worrell. Worrell to Fox. Fox driving into the paint. Fox up for the layup, a foul, and a bucket.
Excellent drive that time.
J.C. Fox gets Saray Barber jumping, and that might be Barber's second foul, as we'll have a substitution checking in. Carly Roop. Yeah, that is Barber's second foul.
Just a freshman checking in.
So Carly Roop, just had freshman 5'8", and for Barber, 6-5 lead on our State Farm agent. Bobby Hull's scoreboard has a high free throw off of above the square on the backboard and in for a free throw. 7-5 now the lead for North Platte as Adelaide Terry jumps in front of the passing lane. Terry in transition. It's in. Adelaide Terry stealing the basketball, and there's another prime example of why head coach Tyson Hammond loves Adelaide Terry so much.
An aggressive 2-3 zone by the Dogs.
In the corner now, driving in, it goes Walgren. Kicks out. Three on the way once again from Callie Crawford. Has another three for McCook. Second for Callie Crawford today. She has 6 points for the Bison. As that's going to be stolen away, this time at Kerrigan Brown the other way. Brown pushes Adelaide Terry, and that is a bucket. Could be seen as an offensive foul, but Kerrigan Brown gets her first 2 points. And it's 10-9 on our State Farm agent, Bobby Hull's scoreboard. McCook in the lead. To the far side, Fox. Now to Terry, down low to Ava Franzen. Oh, it's in and out of her hands and stolen by Carly Roop. And now the other way, up the court, Brecking Gale. They got the ball into the interior, but unfortunately Franzen cannot hold on. The kick out, three on the way this time for Roop. She misses it, fought for. Oh, J.C. Fox keeps it alive into the hands of Gale. She fires from 8 feet out, and Brecking Gale another bucket. 12-9 as Hayden Irvin now looks to be the first substitution for North Platte. Normally we see her come in for Ava Franzen as the first rotation off the bench. Worrell, quick pass to Burke with 24 on the shot clock.
Oh, there's a roller.
Burke into the corner now to Franzen. She holds on, now in some good position. She'll step up for three, overshoots it into the waiting hands of Brecking Gale, and then a foul called against J.C. Burke as Hayden Irvin will check in. And Ava Franzen, first dog to jump out. And now we have a timeout by head coach Tyson Hammond after what was a pretty good start to this ball game for North Platte. They trail by 3, 12-9 on our State Farm agent, Bobby Hull's scoreboard.
Yeah, it still is her right there. Just a 3-point game with 3:58 left to go in the first quarter. Keep working hard. Some shots just didn't fall there. Had some good looks.
McCook has 2 threes also in this game off of Callie Crawford, so they're kind of is the
and that's their post player out there shooting threes. So.
Yeah, so they're spacing the floor really well. Timeouts are brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. See him on the one-way is 621 South Dewey. Suite B, as well as Justin Thompson, agency with American Family Insurance. With the ever-changing industry standards, Mr. Thompson and his crew prides themselves on top-notch customer service, no matter what type of insurance you are looking for. 3:58 left to go. Head coach Tyson Hammond taking his first time out of today's game. And it's an inbounds for McCook, as Brecking Gale will be the one receiving the inbounds.
Okay, I don't know if this is a man press or
looks like a zone press.
Yeah, 2-1-2.
As they hand the ball off to Brecking Gale. Actually, corrects that Jalea Walgren. Walgren, one-on-one with Burke. Into the corner now to Roop. Roop swings it into the paint. Down low they go. Wide open. Charlie Roop, no good. She collects her own miss to the perimeter for three from Jalea Walgren. Off the mark. Rebound by Nora Worrell, and she herself will take it up the court for a second before she stops and hands it off to J.C. Burke. Back to Worrell. Worrell. Bounce pass into Adelaide Terry. Terry, oh, right underneath Roop. Natalie Terry with a foul from behind. Carly Roop picks up her first foul today. Now, Norwell World did have a chance to kind of drive in an opening off the right-hand side, but a beautiful cut from Natalie Terry results in a foul, and Terry goes to the free throw line to shoot 2. She's 0 for 1 to start today. Beautiful free throw right there.
Yeah, kind of a little up and under move there.
That is now 5 points for Natalie Terry in this ball game. Can we make it 6? We can.
Make it 6.
Good free throws from Natalie Terry. It's a 1-point lead for McCook and the Bison. In some trouble. They get the ball up now to Gale. Gale throwing it all the way to Charlie Roop at the free throw line. Bounce pass down low. Out to Crawford. Crawford from 16 feet in a double team. Finds it in Walgren. To the far side. Gale splitting through 2 defenders. Now to Walgren. Walgren and Hayden Irvin collide.
Looks like she's okay. A pretty hard foul that time.
Yeah, Hayden Irvin is quite a strong girl, and that's, of course, playing on the softball team. Third baseman, I think, also played catcher, and that takes a lot of muscle to play catcher all the time as Norwell World collects the rebound. That's her second today. She takes it up the court and finds J.C. Burke. And here come the Bulldogs once again. Norwell World driving, picking her dribble up, in some danger. Now to Burke at the top of the three-point line. Irvin with 20 on the shot clock, back to J.C. Fox. Quick feed to Burke. Burke driving around the perimeter. Bounce passes to Terry, but it's stolen away by Charlie Roop. Roop fighting for it with Terry. Somehow it's picked up by the Bison. Down low they go off the hands and feet of Kerrigan Brown. That's a turnover for McCook.
A little chaotic, going to be Bulldogs basketball. Good effort. A lot of people diving on the floor for the loose ball.
And we talked on Tuesday, even in that loss to Grand Island Northwest, the question never was about the effort that this Bulldog team possesses. This team, and really this culture as a program, known for their hard work and their effort. Fox in the right corner gets a screen from Worrell. Fox cross courts to Hayden Irvin. Irvin trying to get it to Norwell Worrell. Worrell sets a screen to Burke. In the corner to Terry. Terry drives in on Charlie Roop. Terry
with a body.
draws another foul as
I think that's on Roop.
Carly Roop now draws foul number 2 on Roop. So she subs in for Barber, who has 2 fouls. Okay, and then Roop has 2 fouls. So now having to come in is somebody.
23.
Oh, 23. That is
another Barber.
Yes, that is, I think, the sister.
Christelle
Barber, as that shot no good. Fought for on the floor. Rebounded by Callie Crawford, her first. 1:52 left to go as McCook now up the court. Into the corner there. Gale driving. Bounce pass to Barber in the paint. Her shot is up, way off the mark. And it's rebounded by Hayden Hansen, who is checked in for North Platte High School as J.C. Fox gets her first break of this ball game. Quick feed to Irvin. Irvin surveying and driving to her right. Picking her dribble up. Trying to get it to Norwell Worrell. Oh, that's a little off the mark, but Hayden Hansen there to save it for North Platte High School. To Terry. Terry swings to Burke with 17 on the shot clock. Great jab step. Burke. Irvin. She drives in on Barber. Now in some trouble again. Running out of time. 8 seconds. Terry with it. Terry into a little odd spot, and she travels the basketball. As she collides with Norwell Worrell, and that's kind of, we've talked about it against Grand Island Northwest on Tuesday. A very right-handed dominant ball handling squad for North Platte. They love to really focus this right side of the court, and that has gotten them into more trouble than probably head coach Tyson Hammond wants to see sometimes.
Wasn't real good spacing that time. They had two Bulldogs occupying the same spot.
Crawford at the free throw line. Wide open Walgren. Down low to Barber in a double team. Barber shot is blocked. Worrell had good positioning, but swiped a little too much, and with that,
straight up and down, she probably gets a nice block on
Christelle Barber at the free throw line. Ava Franzen checking in. Most certainly to probably sub off Norwell Worrell. J.C. Fox also checking in. 12-11 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull scoreboard with North Platte trailing. Norwell Worrell checks out. Natalie Terry checks out. Of course, with the absence of Peyton Jones and Josie Douglas, the Dogs have gone back to a really old 7-man rotation that we've seen a couple of times when injuries do, hit the Bulldog program. As Barber's second free throw is up and in. 15-11, Christelle Barber with 2 points, and with 50 seconds left to go, a 3-point lead for the the Bison. Irvin here on the right wing, guarded by Barber. Getting a great screen. Cross course to Fox. She fires up a high three. Oh, off the front iron. Ava Francis trying to fight for it. She can't keep the ball alive. And North Platte goes on the defensive.
I like when J.C. Fox shoots because you got to wait a few seconds to see it.
That's true. It has such a high arc.
A lot of hang time there, a lot of arch. Yep.
That is an arc on her free throws and her three-pointers. To the far side with it, Jalea Walgren to Crawford. Barber in the paint now. Barber! They're going to call that on, I think, Hayden Irvin. I mean, Irvin got ball, but it might have been her offhand. So they'll call a reach in on Hayden Irvin, and that's the second for Irvin in this first quarter. So McCook and North Platte kind of in foul trouble. So they're going to keep Hayden Irvin in with 2 fouls. As Barber,
she's a good free throw shooter.
I was going to say, makes number 3 of 3. Now this is going to be the interesting thing. Again, with the quick 2 fouls, what will head coach Tyson Hammond do? As we'll see Haley Smalley check in. That one way short from Barber, rebounded by J.C. Fox. Fox now on the sideline, slows it down, finds J.C. Burke, and North Platte with 17 seconds will have the last shot of this first quarter. Irvin dribbling, lost control of the ball, somehow keeps it alive, and a foul's going to be called against Brecken Gale.
Go shoot.
Yes, that puts North Platte into the bonus, and Hayden Irvin will be shooting free throws with 9.6 seconds left to go. Again, this North Platte team very, very young when it comes to who's a senior on this team. Hayden Irvin as well. I think I got to pull it up here. Irvin and Malia Harmon and Ava Franzen are the lone seniors on this team.
And Wagner's going to check in.
So, yeah, you're right. Here's Janae Wagner at the free throw line with 9.6 seconds to take over for Irvin. Checking out for McCook and the Bison, Jalea Walgren, as Haley Smalley checks in. Irvin off the backboard. She will at least make one of those free throws, and there is Janae Wagner. So we talked about where was coach going to go in terms of his rotation, but because of the foul troubles with Hayden Irvin, he kind of has to go deeper. That's now the 8th member of the Dogs to check in, Janae Wagner. 7 seconds left to go for McCook. To the far side, now to the near side. Crawford, who hit 2 threes already, misses, and it's going to be rebounded by Barber. Her shot's no good, and that is how this first quarter comes to an end. North Platte High School trailing McCook and the Bison 15-12. When we come back to the Doghouse on FM 98.1 and AM 1410.
Hands of Heartland has offered support and services for those with developmental disabilities in Nebraska since 1998 and is now bringing those services to the North Platte area. Residential services, respite services, community services, and even day services. Hands of Heartland offers a full array of services from 24-hour supports to just a few hours per week. Learn more today online at handsofheartland.com. That's handsofheartland.com. Hands of Heartland, providing creative opportunities to live and grow.
Craving bold flavors and authentic Chinese cuisine? Look no further than Szechuan Famous Foods. From spicy Szechuan classics to mouth-watering dumplings, fresh sushi, their dishes are crafted with the freshest ingredients and traditional recipes. Whether you're dining in or taking out, every bite is a taste of China. Visit Szechuan Famous Foods today, where flavor is always first. Located at 320 Rodeo Road, or order online at SzechuanFamous.com for carryout or delivery. Your taste buds will thank you.
North Platte Post Sports.
Jeff Smeltzer right beside me. I'm Paxton Gordon. We're here at the Doghouse. Guess what? It is a 15-12 lead on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull scoreboard. McCook in front early on in the ball game. So far in this first half for North Platte, the 3-ball has not been kind to North Platte, but to only trail by 3 to start quarter number 2. Again, missing their top 2 starters. A good improvement here for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, they shot the ball pretty well, 4 for 9 from the floor and 4 for 6 from the free throw line. So
that's pretty good.
That's encouraging.
As J.C. Burke with the ball, quick feed to Adelaide Terry. Nortal Worrell has checked in. We're to the starting 5 for the Bulldogs. Ava Franzen also in as well. As, again, with the 2 fouls to Saray Barber, Christelle Barber has a great feed to Nortal Worrell. And I really think now that the Dogs are kind of pulling Norwell World out on the perimeter, it's kind of opening up her game a little bit more to drive, as we saw a beautiful feed as Terry almost gets the steal from Callie Crawford. Brecken Gale cross courts to Walgren in the corner from 16 feet. Kerrigan Brown, no good. A shot from Brecken Gale off of the offensive rebound is no good, but a foul will be assessed.
I think that's on Burke, and
That'll be the second foul for J.C. Burke. So now J.C. Burke and Hayden Irvin have 2 fouls. Brecken Gale at the free throw line. She will miss the first free throw. 15-14. Our timeouts are brought to you in part by Kevin McGann of the Fortify Group. See him on the one-ways, 621 South Dewey, Suite B, as well as Hands of Heartland. Hands of Heartland has offered support and services for those with developmental disabilities in Nebraska since 1998, bringing those services to the North Platte area. Shout out also Runza, Mid-Plains Community College, as well as Szechuan Famous Food and Sushi Bar. Callie Crawford blocks Norwell World from behind as she drove baseline.
Excellent drive. She drove right around her again.
I was going to see exactly what we wanted to see from Norwell World so far in today's game. She's done a fantastic job there. Gale down low to Chriselle Barber. Barber out to the perimeter. 3 from Jalea Walgren. Another 3 for McCook, this time Jalea Walgren, and that's now the 3rd McCook 3 in this ball game. They now have a 4-point lead of 18-14. Terry driving in on Walgren into a triple team to Franzen. Oh, bad pass, but there to save it is Norwell World. Down low to Terry from the 3-point line. Adelaide Terry's shot is short. Callie Crawford, rebound number 2 on her day, as she herself will take it up the court. Uh-oh, Jalea Walgren open again. This time it is short into the hands of Callie Crawford offensively. Down low they go to Chriselle Barber. Barber back out to Crawford from inside the 3-point line. Short again. And that's rebounded by J.C. Burke. So offensive rebounds, a little bit of an issue so far in today's game for North Platte High.
That was the 2nd rebound on the night for Burke.
Now the feed to Burke on the right wing. She drives in the baseline into a double team. Trying to find some help. She's in trouble, and a reach-in foul. Inadvertent. Kerrigan Brown. Don't really think head coach Amy Scheil is too happy with that reach-in foul when she's on the baseline like
she
that.
Thought she could reach in and get a tight ball, but Bulldog just turned the other direction.
Yep. Checking back in is Saray Barber. Again, she has 2 fouls in this ball game. Burke wide open for 3. Let it rain, baby. Yes! J.C. Burke with the first Bulldog 3 today, and only a 1-point lead for McCook and the Bison. 18-17 as Burke steals it, and then a foul called against Brecken Gale, her 2nd now. That is team foul number 2 for McCook, but how about J.C. Burke?
Yep, she's feeling it. Right after hitting the 3, she gets a good steal on the defensive end.
Haley Smalley now checking in for the Bison. Again, checking out with their 2nd foul. It's going to be Brecken Gale. McCook in some foul trouble with a lot of their key starters so far. Terry on the perimeter. Bounce pass to Norwell World. World against Crawford. Pivoting around, looking in the surveying. They try to get it down low to Franz, and it's off of a couple fingertips, and it will stay with North Platte. They wait for that play to develop. McCook was all over the inside feed to Ava Franzen. You can really see how the paint in this game has become decluttered with Norwell World kind of exploring a little bit on the perimeter.
There she is on the perimeter
From
again.
12 feet, overshoots it. Rebounded by Jalea Walgren. Walgren on the far side stops, throws it back to Crawford. To the near side, in the corner they go. Smalley, she goes down low. Crawford still comes up with it somehow. Smalley, bad feed as Kerrigan Brown has it. Into the corner they go to Barber. Crawford at the right elbow in a double team. Crawford drives, Crawford shot. No good as Ava Franzen called for the foul, and Callie Crawford to the free throw line. I mean, you really couldn't ask for better defense from Ava Franzen.
No, I don't know, maybe just a half a second slow getting there. It looked like she did a nice job of moving her feet.
Yeah, she didn't swipe away, put her hands in the air. She herself was a little confused as another.
So was Signetti. He's confused
Signetti.
too. Yep.
As first free throw in from Callie Crawford is good. 2-point lead for McCook. Crawford has 7 points in this game, 2 threes as well, and she'll hit another. She has a team and game high 8 points 20-17 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull's scoreboard with 4:47 left to go in this first half. Whirl on the perimeter, lost control of the basketball, now picking her dribble up. Oh no, Saray Barber steals it away from J.C. Fox off the poor feed from Norwell Whirl. Bounce pass down low, blocked from behind by Franzen. They're going to call a foul on Ava Franzen.
It'll be foul number 2 for Franzen.
And that's in quick succession as well for Ava Franzen. Oh no, that's Norwell Whirl.
Well, that's her second.
Well, that's not any better, to be fair. I thought it was from Ava Franzen from behind. So Norwell Whirl now with 2 fouls with 4:33, and Hayden Irvin's going to have to check in. That's going to be a little bit of a blow to North Platte High School because Whirl so far has been good defending Callie Crawford. And while Hayden Irvin more physical than Whirl,
lose that height and that scoring ability, not the scorer that Norwell Whirl is.
But also 2 fouls on Hayden Irvin as well, as both free throws made by Kerrigan. She has 4 points, 22-17 the lead for McCook. Starting to pull away a little bit here in this second quarter. Terry calling for some help. Now will take it herself. Terry, lost the basketball as it's stripped away, and it's on the floor and picked up by Jalea Walgren to Callie Crawford. Crawford up the court on the three-point line now, driving into 2 defenders, picking her dribble up. Walgren, Smalley, now to Crawford. Crawford through 3 defenders. Wow, that shot somehow sneaks in.
Yeah.
Callie Crawford.
Good finish. That wasn't an easy shot.
No, has 10 points. 24-17 with 3:53 left to go. Franzen, top of the three-point line, drives in. There goes Ava Franzen. Yes, Ava Franzen. No, just barely misses.
Excellent take that time. Just didn't fall.
Saray Barber getting the rebound. As I said, beautiful run-in from Franzen as Crawford.
Oh, now she's going to get foul number 2.
There's foul number 2, and I think we're going to see Hayden Hansen maybe check in. Or Janae Wagner. We have a substitution. Chriselle Barber checks in, or going to check in.
Got to stop the dribble drive. They close out on her hard because she's a good three-point shooter, and then she just drives right past them.
That is another free throw for Callie Crawford. So Chriselle Barber will check in for Callie Crawford after this free throw. She hits both of them. 26-17. What was a 1-point game early into the second quarter has now turned into a 9-point lead for McCook and the Bison, just like in a matter of that. As J.C. Burke to the far side of the court, picks her dribble up and feeds it to Franzen. Ava Franzen looking for some help. To a cutting in Hayden Irvin. She lost the ball and then a foul called.
That's the third on
That's
Barber?
the third for Saray Barber. So first member of any team to hit 3 fouls, as in comes, I don't think anything better, Callie Roop, because she has 2 fouls.
Yep. I'll take it in and take it into her.
Again, a much better position for North Platte in terms of height with Roop checking in. Burke from that same corner. She hit a 3 already. It's short. Franzen trying to grab it. Franzen running for it, and it's out of bounds last touched.
They're saying
by
Bulldog ball.
Haley Smiley. That was interesting as Smalley gets her hands on it, and J.C. Fox will check out. And we'll have a 30-second timeout for North Platte as Hayden Hansen checks in. 26-17 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull scoreboard. Meet you where you're at and help you get to where you want to be. I mean, it's been holistically a pretty okay quarter for North Platte. Just McCook hitting their shots from a really proficient percentage here in this quarter.
Yeah, and it all revolves around number 13, Crawford.
Yeah, Callie Crawford has 12 points. And then
her ability to drive is
perfect from the free throw line, 4 for 4 as well this quarter. So she's out of the game right now. Both teams are, it's funny that we say this, we're really trending towards last year's game, Jeff Smeltzer. A lot of people are in foul trouble right now for either side, and I feel we are getting close to this mark where we're going to be in that same position. I'm getting weird flashbacks at this point in time, except we're at home this time instead of away.
You said Crawford has 13. That's a little over her average. She averages 11.4 on the year, so already here with 3:20 left to go in the first half, already exceeds her average.
Yeah, and again, when Norwell Whirl goes out with 2 fouls, it's almost like the Jake Kincaid approach, and she'll check back in. You know, the problem with Kincaid is he's the only now big guy on that team, but when he fouls early, there's nobody really to match his physical style, and same thing with Norwell Whirl. North Platte does not have the same height with her out of the game, as that's a bad feed from Irvin. Fought for on the floor, and somehow picked up by Bison, and then a timeout called by Kerrigan Brown. And now McCook has the ball.
Just
turnover
right
again.
Right idea with the bounce pass, but it just you can't throw it at their ankles. It's gotta come up to them.
3:02 left to go here in this second quarter. 26-17.
Okay, you got Crawford back in the game, so she's going to draw a lot of attention.
Nora Whirl not checking in. Do you ever think about, again, checking Janae Wagner in for a little longer now that Crawford's in? Wagner kind of has the same height.
Yeah, she's,
quote, 5'10", so she's 2 inches shorter than Nora Whirl, but is, let's see, 2 inches taller than Ava Franzen, who right now is the one playing center.
Yeah, I think I would. She's got some good mobility. Dogs don't make any substitutions. Stay in the 2-3 zone, I think.
Yes, and that's just a classic head
or maybe
coach.
It's a 1-3-1.
Yeah. It's been a while since we've seen a 1-3-1 really deployed. As they get it down low into Crawford. Crawford with Franzen guarding. Now in a double team. Cross court to the near side to Smalling. Walgren. Roop right open. She drives baseline. Oh, it's going to get through.
Oh.
Christelle Barber's hands, but Hayden Irvin touches it.
That's that third baseman in her. She had to get to that ball.
I was going to say. But again, classic Tyson Hammond to, again, stick to his guns and stay with that 7-man rotation, as that's a 3 from Callie Crawford, and she hits again. That's 15 points for Crawford, and you can't leave somebody wide open on the perimeter like that, especially tonight's best three-point shooter, Callie Crawford.
Got over half their points. You left her open for a 3.
Franzen pivoting around at Adelaide Terry. Terry now looks to drive through a defender. Terry gets fouled from behind by,
that's a third on Roop. Yeah.
Carly Roop. Roop now has 3 fouls.
Terry should go to the line, I think.
Yes, as Kerrigan Brown will check in. No, they'll say
they must have clicked the team foul before.
Okay. So McCook now has 2 players, 3 fouls. Saray Barber and Carly Roop all have 3 fouls for the Bison, as that inbound's almost stolen away from the free throw line. No good from Adelaide Terry. Fought for, rebounded, and then Terry unfortunately fouls Callie Crawford as she tries to fight for the rebound.
That's got to be 2 on her. No, just her first. But they're going to shoot free throws.
Yeah, now they're in the bonus, so 2:17 left to go. You send the best free throw shooter also tonight to the free throw line, as now freshly checking in Paven Terry, the freshman, at 5'7". So McCook really going deep with their foul trouble, but that's not really the problem right now. The problem is Callie Crawford, 16 points. She has more than half the points for McCook right now.
This one, she'll tie the Bulldogs score.
Yep, Franzen checks out, and J.C. Fox checks in. And again, this kind of just has eerily similar vibes to what happened in previous years. Well, she misses that free throw. That's only her second miss today. But it's eerily similar vibes to the boys team from last season, where, when you don't have a center versus somebody who has a really good athletic center, it really is a struggle for your team to defend that really well. Terry at the logo with the basketball now. Drives on Crawford. Terry lost her handle for a second. Now backing down Crawford. Driving. Again, Terry loses it for a moment. Then it's stolen away by Christelle Barber. Adelaide Terry trying to do a little too much, and with that, a turnover for North Platte High School. Paven to the near side. Into the corner for 3 for Walgren. Another three-pointer for McCook. 32-17.
They're shooting lights out.
Yeah, McCook is having quite a night from beyond the arc in this ball game. Burke in some trouble, needing help. Oh, she's running out of time. Somehow gets it to Hayden Irvin on the left wing. Irvin, good drive on Christelle Barber. Now she'll go baseline. Barber with some good defense to Hayden Hansen. 16 on the shot clock. Hansen drives on Paven. Wide open J.C. Burke 3. It's in and out, and then rebounded by Christelle Barber. Barber's first rebound. North Platte not having the same success from beyond the arc as McCook is having today, as bounce pass down low to Christelle Barber. They're going to say it's on the floor, so the bucket won't count.
No basket, but she'll shoot a pair.
Yeah, I was going to say she's going to shoot anyway. So
Crawford again, nice drive and dish.
Ellie Gillen will check in. There's a second for Adelaide Terry with 58 seconds left to go here in this first half. North Platte High School trailing 35-17. Barber's free throw is in. Christelle Barber has 4 points. 3 for 4 from the free throw line. Correction, she is 4 of 5 from the free throw line now. As Barber. Second is up and in. I'm right behind the score here. 37-17. Again, what started this quarter as a 1-point lead for McCook has now ballooned to a 20-point McCook lead.
Scored 22-3, no, 22-5 in this
Not
quarter.
the good quarter. Terry to Fox with 20 seconds on the shot clock. Burke around the perimeter. Hayden Hansen now with the basketball on the left wing. One-on-one with Gillen. Terry, 10 seconds, drives in on Crawford. Irvin, 8 seconds. Irvin in some trouble to Adelaide Terry. To Fox with 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. And the Fox shot is no good, and that's a shot clock violation.
Yeah.
With 22 seconds, and unfortunately for North Platte, McCook will have the final shot of this first half, looking to extend their lead. As Tristan Winder in the building tonight. John Clanton getting the day off, or he's off somewhere else.
He must be somewhere else. SPVA's.
That is right. SPVA is starting here soon.
Yeah.
So is the Southwestern Conference tournament. Down low pass, going to be somehow picked up by the Bison to Crawford. Her shot blocked by Adelaide Terry. Out of bounds by Adelaide Terry. She got her fingers on it, but 2.8 seconds left. And inbounds for McCook.
Really, SPVA's at the college tonight?
Yep.
Is it?
Yep.
Or today, I guess, probably going on all day.
The finals will also be at the college as collision between Terry and Crawford. And that is how time will expire, but a tough second quarter for North Platte High School puts them behind McCook and the Bison 37-17. I mean, we were going into this second quarter with some high hopes with how well the team looked in that first quarter.
Tough to give up 22 points in a quarter.
Callie Crawford really is the main stickler of that. 16 points. 3 threes as well. And that is unfortunately how we have gotten to this part in this game. And it's a little unfortunate. I still think North Platte has shown some good things in terms of how they've changed their offense a little bit. You know, they've been pulling Norrell World more to the perimeter to kind of open up the paint, which is good because it felt like the paint's been getting pretty clogged with, you know, again, the shooting not being on the Bulldogs side with Douglas and Peyton Jones out with a concussion. But the problem still mounts that if a team is a better three-point shooting team, North Platte really has no way to really get back into a game quickly.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. A lot of that, you know, Norrell World sat out most of that second quarter, and that
just 2
fouls.
Had a lot to it.
Yep, with foul trouble. And I think that gave up a defensive presence out there.
100%.
Yeah. So, you know, getting her back in the third quarter and, well, getting everybody back, because I guess foul trouble kind of took its toll for the Bulldogs there halfway through the second quarter.
Just like, again, with I made the reference to Jake Kincaid. You know, when your only big player in the paint fouls out when they have another skilled big player, it's a bit tough for us undersized teams to really compete with that size, and it, again, causes some more issues, especially if your help is also fouling in trouble.
Yeah, you're a small team to begin with, and you get a lot smaller when you lose your post player to fouls early in the game, and that makes it an uphill battle. We'll see what Coach Hammond has in store. Hope the ladies come out with a little fire and energy here in the third quarter.
Again, it's never going to be a question of effort or energy. It's just can they hit their shots, can they not hit their shots? And to be fair, I think they are hitting their shots in the paint, just not from beyond the arc, and McCook is hitting their shots from beyond the arc. We'll step aside and take a break. Quick stop, halftime show up next here on FM 98.1 and AM 1410.
In a lawsuit, a little extra liability protection can go a long way. I'm Justin Thompson at the Justin Thompson Agency. A personal umbrella policy from American Family Insurance offers $1 million or more of coverage over and above the limits of your auto and home policy. And it's affordable. Contact Justin at the Justin Thompson Agency at 501 South Dewey Street or call 534-2400 today.
American Family Insurance.
PuroClean of North Platte delivers fast water, mold, and fire damage restoration services to the North Platte area. PuroClean knows how challenging those times can be to you and to your family. Their Nebraska-based experts have a winning, reliable combination of training and equipment partnerships. Local, fast service in the North Platte area. Their average on-site time is 60 minutes, and they'll coordinate with your local insurance provider. Give PuroClean a call now at 1-800-775-7876 and schedule a visit from a member of the team at PuroClean in North Platte.
You ever feel like there's no time for cooking dinner? On the go, all the time. Dave's Place can cover your hunger wherever you want to eat.
Stop into Dave's for lunch and dinner at 502 East Francis. Order carryout and take it on the go or DoorDash it straight to your couch.
You can enjoy Dave's anywhere. And what goes great with pizza? Wings. Plus the big game on to watch with your friends.
Let Dave's Place do dinner for you. 502 East Francis in North Platte.
Mom, I'm hungry. I know where to go.
Whoop, whoop.
Personalized care with one goal, to keep you moving and enjoying life. Dr. Anthony Martin is now seeing patients at Great Plains Health Orthopedics, fellowship trained in hand and upper extremity surgery. Dr. Martin treats carpal tunnel, tennis elbow, arthritis, and trauma fractures throughout the body and is fluent in Spanish. Schedule today at 308-568-3800.
Your health is our mission. Great Plains Health.
PuroClean of North Platte delivers fast water, mold, and fire damage restoration services to the North Platte area. PuroClean knows how challenging those times can be to you and to your family. Their Nebraska-based experts have a winning, reliable combination of training and equipment partnerships. Local, fast service in the North Platte area. Their average on-site time is 60 minutes, and they'll coordinate with your local insurance provider. Give PuroClean a call now at 1-800-775-7876 and schedule a visit from a member of the team at PuroClean in North Platte.
The Bulldogs play here on FM 98.1 and 1410 AM. Head to Merrick's. Open Monday starting in February. Also, try the new Philly cheesesteak sandwich, the most authentic cheesesteak in the area. Merrick's.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to the Doghouse, FM 98.1, AM 1410, live streaming on our Cedar Room live stream at 1. NorthPlattePost.com. Jeff Smeltzer making it back just in time. 4 minutes to go before the start of the second half. It's 37-17 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull's scoreboard. A productive first half. North Platte was trailing just by 1 point going into quarter number 2. Got off to a pretty good, okay-ish start, and then it was the Callie Crawford show from here on out for McCook as she puts up a team and game-high 16 points heading into the halftime, leading 37-17 for the Bison.
Yeah, she's impressive. I mean, she's a good three-point shooter, a good free throw shooter. Had a couple ball fakes and drives, and a couple nice assists as well, a couple nice dishes in there. She's definitely got to get your attention and get your focus. One of those threes on an inbounds play.
That's twice.
Wide open. Nobody even looked at her.
That's twice in this game that the Dogs have left a wide open player in the corner open for three off of an inbound.
Yeah.
And that's 6 total points right there that have gone the way of McCook from that.
You know, especially there, you had to know in your scouting report she's our leading scorer. You just kind of a lapse there, lapse in focus, and you just let their leading scorer get a wide open three. I think they'll come out a little more focused, like you said, there's always going to be energy.
That's never the question about this Bulldogs team. It really is just like, can they get their shots to fall? And so far, I think they've had a good, I can't say good, an okay-ish shooting percentage from inside the three-point line. Is the second we kind of pull out to the perimeter, there's only one person who has so far made a bucket really from the arc, and that's J.C. Burke with her lone three.
Yeah, I think it's 5 for 11 inside the three-point line. Outside the three, they're 1 for 4, 1 for 5, 1 for 6, 1 for 7. 1 for 7.
Yeah, so, and we knew that, the Bulldogs were not going to be a really good three-point shooting team coming into this season, and then when you lose, as we keep saying so much, almost bludgeoning everyone to death, your two best, ball handlers and scorers in Josie Douglas and, Peyton Jones, that does kind of put a hamper into your perimeter shooting, but they are still shooting it confidently, and I think that's important as well, is you can't, even though you are 1 for 7, you cannot, stray away from the arc, because then you become too one-dimensional, and teams will then just start to pack the paint. And if you're going to have Nora Worrell pull out to the perimeter like this, again, you have to continue to shoot with confidence, or teams are just going to start packing the paint and going to like a 2-3 zone and daring you to shoot those three-pointers.
Yeah, and I just looking at the turnover column, not bad, but it's been worse. 11 turnovers in the first half.
That's not, yeah, it's not
we've
terrible.
We've seen worse performances.
Yes. 11 is still not good. Let's make it clear.
No.
11 is not good still, but in grandiose terms, it's not the end of the world in terms of Bulldog turnovers. And I really think, again, it just boils down to, can the team as a whole find a little bit more energy in stopping Callie Crawford? Because that, again, as you said, is the leading scorer for McCook. She's been the focal point of this offense for the Bison. And North Platte, to be fair, kind of against their will at some points, struggle to defend her because your best big defender in Nora Worrell has 2 fouls already in this ballgame.
Yeah, that's really affected the game on both ends, having her missing most of the second quarter. It's just a question of what can you get done on the defensive end. I think offense, 17 points, that's not bad. You can live with that. But yeah, 37 points in a half is not good. 22 points in a quarter. And it starts with knowing where Crawford is. Shut her down, and Walgren's a pretty good shooter. So you got to know where 13 and 20 are.
And I think the Dogs have done actually. Callie Crawford's points have not come from within 8 feet of the basket. It's her perimeter shooting and her free throws. So if the Dogs can really just clamp it down a little bit more on the perimeter, then I don't really feel like, Callie Crawford, I won't say is not too much of a problem, but her effectiveness kind of dwindles a little bit because, again, all of her points have been scored from beyond the arc and at the free throw line.
Get the ball out of her hands, though. You got to know where she's at, and you got to double or do whatever. But get the ball out of her hands, and number 20 also. Don't let
Jalea Walgren also have the basketball.
Make the other girls beat you.
Yep, and of course, also out for North Platte High School. I forgot to message or say this early into the game, but Annalena Morrill also in street clothes today, so that was a potential rotation piece for North Platte. And also, I don't think on the bench as well, Addie Reyna, who also has been a bench player, not currently on the bench at the moment. Don't know where she is at right now.
Doing their best Lady Knights impression, where you have as many people as you do.
Yeah.
Except for Wednesday night, they had them all ready to go.
They did, and then again, they came away with the victory, so hopefully the Knights women's team can kind of go on a roll as they face off against Lamar Community College this Saturday in Lamar. Saray Barber. So the Dogs have gone to a zone defense now to kind of battle what's going on with Callie Crawford and the Bison as Crawford commits a turnover. I say it's off of Miss Nora Worrell. But Dogs now committing to this zone defense, that 1-3-1, or that, 1-1-3 it looks like.
Where she's at, she's
in a corner, Worrell right on her. Driving in Gale, back out to Crawford. Oh, she's open for 3. Oh, and another one. I mean, she separates for, I'm not even kidding you, 2 seconds. They lose sight of her in that zone defense, and because of that, she's open for 3.
The zone, it was the drive. The baseline person stopped to cut off the drive and kicked out where the baseline defender should have been.
Ooh, Terry almost got called for the travel there as in goes Adelaide Terry. Floater no good. She picks up her own miss, swings it out to Ava Franzen. Uh-oh, bad feed. Stolen away by Brecken Gale. Gale hands it off to Jalea Walgren. Walgren's shot is up. Walgren's shot is no good. Barber gets the rebound. From the free throw line, it's Brecken Gale. She's no good. Fighting for that rebound is Ava Franzen as Hayden Irvin checks in for Ava Franzen. So with her 2 fouls, Hayden Irvin checks into the ball game for North Platte High School. Trailing 40-17 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull scoreboard. Bounce pass to Nora Worrell, the freshman, on Crawford. Worrell on the baseline, picking her dribble up. Back out to Burke. Irvin open on the right wing, pumps, drives, kicks back to J.C. Burke with 16 seconds. Worrell recollects the basketball. Now thinking about driving, but feeds to the corner to Fox. Fox getting a screen. Fox, big here dribble up. Burke driving with 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds. 2 seconds.
I don't think anybody's aware.
No one's aware of where the shot clock is, and that's going to be a violation.
Talking. That's on the bench. They needed to be telling her what the shot clock was. I couldn't hear anybody yelling. I'm sorry, I don't mean to sound negative, but
no, but that is a true statement as well. When you get into a game like this where you're really focused on trying to break down a defense, people on the court sometimes forget where, time and score. Look at the famous J.R. Smith moment about, where is the time and score. And the bench is kind of there to be a kind of safety net for your team. So need to get a little more vocal from that side. Trailing 40-17 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull scoreboard. Walgren out to Brecken Gale. Crawford drives into a double team. Oh boy, I say that. She goes right up and under Norwell World.
That should be white ball. There we go.
That is. Yep. So Crawford drives through 2 defenders as North Platte goes to that, again, 1-1-3 zone defense. Again, a very non-traditional zone defense. So if you had a kind of a way to describe, Jeff Smeltzer, the purpose of a 1-1-3, how would you describe it to somebody new to basketball?
Well, they're going to put pressure out on the point guard and make them try and give it up early.
Whirl up for a tough shot, no good as Adley Terry tries to fight for it.
Well, he's just susceptible to some elbow jump shots, but there's 13.
There's wide open. She actually takes it herself. Crawford, bad feed as she gives it up into the hands of Hayden Irvin. So I'm shocked she didn't go for that three-pointer. As Adley Terry opening and driving in, kicks out to J.C. Burke. She drives on Barber from the free throw line. Burke to Irvin. Irvin lost the ball, still keeps it alive, but now is trapped on the sideline. She needs help. Can somebody help her? And a timeout called by head coach Tyson
Hammond. I thought a timeout
Hammond
would be coming, and here we got another substitution.
That's actually, if you remember from Tuesday, who checked in very, very late into that ball game, Taylor Race, the freshman, hit that three-pointer.
Oh, yeah.
She's the one that's at the line, at the scorer's table. And that's actually, I think, a really smart substitution by head coach Tyson Hammond, because our problem so far with the team has been their spacing and perimeter shooting. Well, in the one little second we saw of Taylor Race last Tuesday, she hit a corner three. So
and if somebody can penetrate, we're doing a lot of dribbling 25 feet away from the basket.
I'm doing a lot of looking down there at somebody in some crutches for the Bulldogs. I don't think that's Keegan Klaus.
It does look like a wrestler.
It might be Keegan Klaus.
I can't see who
He's
that
got
is.
the kind of hairstyle. I think that might be Keegan Klaus. I'm not too sure. Don't get me started, but I was kind of just enamored by who was walking in on those crutches for North Platte on the wrestling side. But
is it DeAndre Holmes?
No. We need a scout. Where's your son at? Oh, he's probably getting warmed up here. So an inbounds now for Adelaide Terry. And checking in is Taylor Race, the freshman, getting her second appearance at the varsity level in just a matter of a couple days. Terry with the basketball on the right wing. Now driving Adelaide Terry on Barber. Terry in some trouble, backing down Barber. Shot up from Adelaide Terry, no good. Worrell with a good rebound, and then a foul for Saray Barber. Number 4 for Saray Barber.
Yep.
So Norwell World goes to the free throw line, and now checking in comes her sister, Christelle Barber. First team foul, 4th for Barber. Worrell at the line. First free throw's no good off the back iron. As the boys now come out to look, and shout out Jonathan Ranke out there as well with his team.
I talked to him at the Knights game the other night.
Oh, yeah, because he sat right next to you.
Said he did a little running at practice.
That's a good start. Yeah. As Worrell makes one of her 2 free throws. Again, his timeline for returning to play is not going to be this season, but hopefully by next season we will be seeing Johnny Ranke. And I talked with head coach Jacob Brandel about Ranke, and he's been pretty impressed with his performances when he's come to watch a couple of the games. As that ball's on the floor, and a jump ball for either side that results in North Platte taking over possession. Hayden Irvin from the inbounds. J.C. Burke, freshman Taylor Race to the near side. This Race clears out, and it's Irvin. Driving to the corner, picking her dribble up and in some danger. Bounce passes to Norwell World. Callie Crawford guarding her. World backing down Crawford. World with the fade, blocked by Callie Crawford, and easily picked up by Callie Crawford. Another way comes Crawford. Down low they try to go, and somehow Kerrigan Brown almost holds on to it.
All right,
that's
good
a
defense
turnover.
that time, ladies.
So far, it's a 4-2 in the score column when it comes to how this game in this third quarter has gone. Either side really struggling to put together consistent offense. And that's kind of good for North Platte, but also not good because they're not really putting a dent.
Oh, look.
As Race in the corner.
There we go.
There's a 3 for J.C. Burke. Yes, and Taylor Race, her first varsity assist.
Oh, boy. Nice shot,
I thought Jeff
JC.
Smeltzer was going to fly off the table
Burke
to
was
get
so
it.
open, yeah.
Uh-oh, Callie Crawford open, though, on the other end. She drives into a double team, and behind the back, a foul for
3 or 4.
That's Hayden Irvin. That'll be number 3 for Irvin.
Foul's number 12, Hayden Irvin. Her third personal first team foul.
First team foul for the Dogs here in this third quarter. 40-21. Uh-oh, wide open Jalea Walgren 3 in the corner. And what do we talk about? Jeff Smeltzer at halftime about who you should not be leaving open in a corner off of an inbound. Yeah. It's Jalea Walgren.
13 and 20. You got to know where they're at.
Race hands it off to Irvin. Try to get it down low to Worrell. They won't. We'll go to Burke in the corner. Now they get it down to Nora Worrell. Shot is up. Yes! I mean, we're talking about a tough battle that's been going on between those two.
Excellent feed, excellent finish.
Nora
nice job,
Worrell
Dogs.
battling with Callie Crawford. Ooh. Terry, unfortunately, collides with Jalea Walgren. Actually, correction, that's going to be Brecken Gale as Terry tried to intercept that ball.
Her third.
J.C. Fox will be checking in now for North Platte High. As Adelaide Terry checks off. Again, one of the downsides you'll have with a young player, just sometimes a little too reckless when it comes to the defensive side.
You can live with that foul. That was an effort foul.
And
She's just playing hard.
Oh, that's off the top of the backboard. But, of course, that was the same thing we've said about Chloe Hanneborg last year. We love what her defensive intensity was. We just have to be okay with that being traded off for sometimes foul trouble for the freshman. As now with the basketball, Irvin trapped in a corner. Down low, they try to get it to Nora Worrell. Ball is somehow squeaked into the hands of Callie Crawford as Crawford in transition finds to the near side to Brown. Brown back to Crawford, who sets up for 3. Uh-oh. Wow. Another one for Callie Crawford.
Well, that was pretty well defended, though. That was a good shot.
23 points for Callie Crawford, and it feels like we've talked many times about how the boys' team is the unlucky team when it comes to three-point shooting, as that shot no good from Burke. Into the hands of J.C. Fox. Fox to Irvin. She'll set up for 3. Off the iron, no good. Fought for by Christelle Barber, but we talk about how there was normally the boys' team that is the recipient of a team's best three-point shooting night. So far in the McCook girls, Walgren again overshoots it. Good box out from J.C. Fox to collect the rebound, but she's in some trouble now. In a double team, and a foul is going to be called. Here comes some substitutions. Haley Smalley and Carly Roop. Kerrigan Brown is the one that comes down with the foul. 46-23, so checking out goes Kerrigan Brown as well as Brecken Gale, and it's Haley Smalley and Carly Roop who have checked in. 46-23 with 2:10 left to go in the ballgame. Over the head, unfortunately, of Taylor Race from J.C. Burke. Race not the tallest member on the team, sitting at 5'4".
Yeah, she threw that one right into the cheerleaders.
Now with some speed, there was Smalley. Hands it off to Callie Crawford. Roop thought about getting it down low, but will cross-court it over to Walgren. Down low they go to Crawford. Crawford back out to Walgren for 3. No off the iron. Fought for, and there's a strong rebound by Nora Worrell. And guess what? Carly Roop picks up foul number 4. So Sadie Barber and Carly Roop
I would
now
just let her ride with Roop.
I
would just go with her here. And got a 23-point lead.
Taylor Race gets the inbounds now for North Platte. Back to J.C. Fox. Fox the other way will slow down once she crosses half court to Burke in the corner. Burke driving baseline. Kicks to Irvin for 3. Whoa, way short, and that's going to be fought for and rebounded by Carly Roop. And now in transition comes Walgren slowly to the other side. Uh-oh, Crawford for 3. I don't like that, but she misses it this time, and it's rebounded by Irvin. Irvin bounce passes to Worrell. Worrell now over to Fox. J.C. Fox up the court with it. Fox kicking over to Taylor Race. Race surveys and feeds it right back to Fox. Over to Burke. She'll set for 3. No, off the iron and rebounded by Crystal Barber. Her second, but that ball from Barber thrown all the way out of bounds, intended for Haley Smalley. And right back into the ballgame comes Kerrigan Brown. So they will substitute Roop out with her 4 fouls. But with a 46-23 lead with 1:03 left to go. And inbounds for Irvin. to Burke. Burke with the ball. Hayden Hansen will now look to check in for North Platte High. Oh, that ball stays in the half court, picked up by Fox after it was tipped away. Hayden Irvin around the perimeter. Taylor Race is right open. Shoot that ball, Taylor Race! Oh, a little off the mark, and it's rebounded by Callie Crawford. Race with a wide open shot, just a little off the mark. 40 seconds left to go here in this third quarter. Walgren pivoting around, one-on-one with J.C. Fox. The cross-court over to Smalley. Now Walgren gets it again. Crystal Barber in the baseline. That's passed out. A little shot on the way from Brown. No good. Crawford gets the rebound and the putback. Callie Crawford now at 25 points, Jeff Smeltzer.
Yep.
48-23 on our State Farm agent, Bobby Hull's scoreboard. Fox stopping. Down low they go to Whirl. I don't think that was intended for Nora Whirl, but it works either which way. I think that was intended for a cutting in J.C. Fox, but Nora Whirl picked it up as Crawford, that goes over the basket, and that is how this third quarter comes to an end. 48-25, and we come back to the Doghouse on FM 98.1 and AM 1410.
So what do you see in your future? Buying the perfect home with a big oak tree? Watching your child graduate from college? Or finding more time for hobbies during your retirement? Whatever your future holds, make sure you talk with the Farm Bureau Financial Services agent. Together, we'll create a plan that's right for you.
In North Platte, visit Jay Engel at fbfs.com/find-and-agent.
It's your future. Let's protect it.
Tom plows Runza's parking lot on Temperature Tuesdays.
Take that, Snowdrift. With great horsepower comes great responsibility.
Every Tuesday in January, the temp at 6 a.m. is the price you pay for an original Runza sandwich when you buy fries and a medium drink.
And every Tuesday, the drive-thru will be drivable.
Thanks, Tom. Not all heroes wear capes.
I'm wearing one.
I know. Temperature Tuesdays are back, and Runza makes it all better.
North Platte Post Sports.
Jeff Smeltzer joins me, Paxton Gordon, here at the Doghouse. A 48-25 lead as we now have entered the final quarter of today's basketball game. On our State Farm agent, Bobby Hull scoreboard, the lead for McCook. Up double digits, again 48-25. It is a 23-point lead for the Bison. Timeouts are brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. See him at 621 South Dewey Suite B for all your farm, crop, auto, home, and commercial insurance. It's been securing North Platte and the surrounding areas for over 50 years. As well as Justin Thompson, agency with American Family Insurance. The ever-changing industry standards, they pride themselves in top-notch customer service, no matter what type of insurance you're looking for. As that is a stolen basketball by Taylor Race, the freshman. And now she will, no pun intended, race up the court with it now.
She's doing some good things. I'm impressed. She's got an assist and a steal on the night.
Hansen on the baseline driving, bounce passes, or tried to bounce pass it to Taylor Race in the far corner, but it's grabbed by Haley Smalley, but she steps out of bounds as Saray Barber checks in for her sister, Christelle Barber.
She has the 4 fouls.
Yep. Roop also on the bench with 4 fouls from McCook. But again, with this lead, you can really just play around with players as they all the way go out to Race. Hansen driving. Fox is open in the corner. She's got the basketball up in the air. No, shots off the mark. Race trying to fight for it, but he goes out of bounds. Last touched by Hayden Hansen. As the ball was lost off the hands of Hayden Hansen, slowly fell into the hands of J.C. Fox in the corner, but she couldn't make the three-pointer.
I was getting ready to give her an assist, but that shot just didn't go down.
48-25 the lead on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull's scoreboard. Driving now in Walgren. Back out. 3 on the way for Kerrigan Brown. Airballed and rebounded by Saray Barber. Barber now stuck on the baseline. Passes it to a cutting Callie Crawford. Oh, my. And I agree a little bit with Miss Nora Whirl. I thought that was pretty clean, but fortunately they are going to call a foul on Nora Whirl, her third. And back at the free throw line, Callie Crawford. She's only missed 2 this entire game. 6 of 8. And you know what? She hits another one. 26 points for Callie Crawford, scoring over half the points.
We'll see her again next year, just a junior.
Oh, don't say words like that, Jeff Smeltzer. 27 points now for Callie Crawford. And it's now 50-25, a 25-point lead for McCook on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull scoreboard. We meet you where you're at, help you get to where you want to be. Race, quick feed to Adelaide Terry, who drives, blocked by Callie Crawford. Rebounded by Brecken Gale, and Gale now the other way. Gale gets past Taylor Race, now to Crawford. Crawford on the perimeter, back to Gale. Gale slings it to the other side, into the corner they go to Saray Brown, but tipped away by Terry. Crawford in trouble, shot over Norrell Worrell is up and in.
With the left hand, nice
Again,
shot.
you really couldn't have asked for better defense from Norrell Worrell. 29 points for Callie Crawford.
29 of the 52.
That is a season high for the sophomore. As Race here on the left wing, driving around the perimeter to Terry. Adelaide Terry at the free throw line. Back to Hayden Hansen with 18 seconds. Hansen, beautiful spin move, but Callie Crawford tries to steal it away in a jump ball. Sticking with North Platte. Carly Roop with her 4 fouls is checked in for the Bison. As
Burke came in for the Dogs.
Yep, Saray Brown. Actually, it's Callie Crawford, I think, most certainly done for this ball game with 5:57.
Probably a night for her.
Roop with her 5 fouls, and Barber with her, 4 fouls. Both have 4, have checked in. Worrell on the baseline in some trouble, slings it back out to Hayden Hansen. Burke open for 3. No good. Rebounded by Hansen, she puts it back up and in. Hayden Hansen with a beautiful putback off the offensive rebound. And with 5:45 left to go, head coach Tyson Hammond calls a timeout to at least get something for North Platte going offensively. After a slow third quarter and a slow second quarter, Dogs in a hole that might be insurmountable at this point in time.
I think you're right. Down 25 here with 5:45 left to go in the fourth quarter. The Dogs only mustered 8 points in the third quarter, and right now we've only scored 2 in the fourth. So it's going to be a challenge, but they'll keep fighting hard, and we'll see what happens.
And the question comes down to you can't say solve your scoring woes, but what are some of the things you may want to see in this fourth quarter to kind of show a little bit in that scoring department for some of these players?
You got Crawford on the bench. You got the only height on the bench. Norrell Worrell inside every time. Every time I'd get her a paint touch.
Then you at least open up the perimeter for somebody.
Yeah, because
whether it be Taylor Race,
McCook's
JC
playing
Burke.
a 2-3 zone. In the middle of the zone is number 5, Roop. She's 5'8", so she's giving up 4 inches.
4 inches
Worrell.
at least, yeah.
Yeah.
And what's the best way to alleviate a zone defense? Mr. Jeff Smelzer, cross-court passes and touch initiations into said paint. As we'll have an inbounds on the
penetration, ball reversal, and skip passes.
And now North Platte going to a full-court zone defense. And I said that for quite a second before they actually released that pressure. Near side with it, Brown. And Callie Crawford actually looks to check back in. Interesting move as Roop on the baseline. Swings it out to Gale.
Maybe they know she's got 29. Going to try and get her 30.
Get her 30. 3 on the way from Kerrigan Brown. No. Wow. Saray Barber gets the rebound. An easy rebound. And she's fouled going up for it. I mean, unfortunately, nobody was in the vicinity. And Barber, easy rebound, and then Fox has to foul her. That's the second for J.C. Fox.
Yeah. Somehow Norrell Worrell came clear out to challenge the three-point shot, so she wasn't there in a good rebounding
First
position.
Point today for Saray Barber. So Roop checks out. Callie Crawford checks in again, I think only just to probably get that 30-point mark, and then they'll check her right back out, I hope. And Saray Barber makes both of them.
She banked them both?
She did. 2 points for Saray Barber with her 4 fouls, 54-27. McCook in the lead, as I think a check-in is going to be Ellie Gillen. Cross-court from Fox is stolen away. That's Brecken Gale. Gale in transition, slows it back to Walgren. Back out to Gale for 3. No good on that 3-point attempt. J.C. Burke, the Bulldog to bring it down. Throw it all the way up to Adelaide Terry. Terry now with it on the right wing. Worrell and Crawford battling at the right elbow. Cross court to Hansen. She picks it up. And Hansen now. 20 seconds to Terry. Quick pass to Fox. Fox pivots, finds Burke. Burke bounce pass to Norrell Worrell top the 3-point line. Worrell to Terry. Terry getting a screen. Driving into a double team. Terry in some trouble, and a foul's going to be called against Brecken Gale, that's now number 3 for Gale. And checking in for McCook, Ellie Gillen checks in for Kerrigan Brown with 4:25 in the ball game. 54-27, McCook with the lead. Fox looking, quick feed to Burke here in the left corner. She drives around the perimeter with a fresh 35. Fox open for 3, fires high in the air, airballed and into the hands of Brecken Gale. Gale the other way now with it. Cross courts over to Walgren. Oh, they try to go down low to a cutting Gillen, and Nora Whirl had it for half a second before she has it stumble out of her hands. You can see the frustration mounting a little bit for Nora Whirl with herself as she hits the soft part of the wall. Dogs showing zone defense. All the way up it goes to Gillen. Crawford, uh-oh, she sets for 3. And there it is.
32?
I believe so.
Yeah, congratulations.
32 points, a career high, and here comes
heck of a night.
Carly Roop checking in as that 3 is airballed by Hayden Irvin. Saved by the Dogs. Burke with it. They try to get to Adelaide Terry, but it's tipped away. Now the other way comes J. Leah Walgren. Offensive charge for J. Leah Walgren as taking that charge, Adelaide Terry, sacrificing her body. That's now the first foul for J. Leah Walgren, and there goes Carly Crawford checking out. Checking in also Paven Terry for McCook. So ending the night for Callie Crawford, 32 points, 5 rebounds.
Yeah, very impressive night.
Having her best shooting night of the season by far, and again, a career high for her. Whirl on the right wing with it, pivoting around, driving in on Barber, kicks to Terry. Terry getting a screen. Back out to Taylor Race. Race to Irvin. Irvin to Burke, wide open. Oh, how about Adley Terry for 3? She airballs it, and it's picked up by Brecken Gale. I mean, J.C. Burke. Yeah, Burke did have a wide open shot. As Gillen, quick feed to Paven for 3, no good. Whirl fighting for it. There's a collision on the floor. Out. Taylor Race was in the area, but it's out from McCook. And Haley Smalley checks in. Out goes Brecken Gale as head coach Jimmy Pack.
Checking out his shoe game tonight.
He's always got class in his shoe game.
Yep.
This time wearing the pullover tonight. White shirt, chain as well. He's got that class, does head coach Jimmy Pack.
Yep.
And that style as Terry, top of the three-point line, gets it in an Oral Whirl on the left block. Taking in Whirl, there she goes. Whirl up for a difficult shot, overshoots it, and it's rebounded by Paven Terry. And Saray Barber also provides a difficult challenge because Barber is really strong and is physically fronting up.
She's physical.
Nora Whirl, and down low it goes to Barber. Shot's no good, but a foul is drawn. And you can just kind of see a little bit of the frustration setting in for the young, not only Nora Whirl, but this young team as well. As checking into the ball game now for McCook, Leighton Anderson. So Janae Wagner checks in for Hayden Irvin. And this is kind of one of these learning moments, you know. It is frustrating that the offense has not produced the way that everybody wanted to see tonight, but that bounced off the face there of Anderson, and now J.C. Burke in transition the other way. She misses the layup. Taylor Race fighting for it, and Race steps out of bounds. But yeah, again, you can see the frustration just setting in just a little bit. Yeah. And it's all about, you know, taking a moment like this and learning from it and really battling through that adversity that a young team like the Bulldogs have yet to really, you know, figure out just because they are so young. Gillen cross-courts it over to a shot from Smalley. No good. Whirl fighting for the rebound. She comes down with it. Now Nora Whirl will take the ball up herself. How many rebounds is that for Miss Nora Whirl tonight, Jeff Smeltzer?
2, 4, 5.
5 rebounds for the freshman. Whirl thought about taking it all the way to the rack. Now it's J.C. Burke on the baseline. No good on the shot, but she draws a foul with 2:02 left to go. And that's free throws for the junior, J.C. Burke. Ellie Gillen picks up her first personal, 3rd team foul for McCook. Even though Burke has not had an efficient scoring night from beyond the arc, still doing a lot to try to facilitate the offense as Macy Grindle looks to check in. Big leg brace on her left leg as we have a timeout called by head coach Avy Scheel.
Yeah, 2 for 8 from the three-point line for Burke, and then 0 for 1 right now from the free throw line.
Again, as she's kind of stepped up into that primary ball handling position. Dogs trailing 57-27 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull's scoreboard. 2:02 left to go as Pack's Doghouse between the Bulldog fans and the McCook fans who traveled up here today. Don't have a real update on what the weather situation looks outside.
Nobody's coming in with any snow on their head. So
and it wasn't really snowing a lot. Now, in terms of where the snow is primarily going to be falling, not just today, but tomorrow, McCook will get a lot more in terms of the time frame that it's snowing. North Platte might get a little bit more tonight before it stops. But
Dogs and Lady Dogs on the road tomorrow in York.
Not that far of a travel per se, like it was Bennington.
Yes.
Still a long 2.5 hours, but not too bad, as that's a free throw made by J.C. Burke. 2 of 5 from the line in this ball game for the junior. Haley Smalley now quick feed to the near side to Pavin. Anderson to the far side, Gillen. Gillen thought about getting into the paint, now fires into the corner, and another timeout called by McCook. I mean, 2 quick timeouts by the Bison just to set up a play, really.
Well, we're not going to have to worry about overtime like we did last year.
Hey, man, I'm telling you, you don't think we can come back from a 29-point deficit
points in
a minute 49?
I don't think
Tracy
so.
McGrady scored, I don't even know how, 12 quick points in 56 seconds. So, hey, man, anything is possible. Got to have faith. Again, Bulldogs face a good York team tomorrow on the road. And honestly, both York teams kind of performing much better than was to be expected, especially the boys. You know,
I've watched a couple games with the York boys. They're tall. They got a couple 6'5" or 6'6" guys.
And we thought, you know, with the departure of their best player, because he's playing D1, right? If I remember correctly, is he going to Purdue? No, that's
Weber.
That's Weber. Yeah.
His last name was Houston, I think. I can't remember where he went, but
he was their best player, and we kind of thought there'd be a little bit of a drop-off for the York boys, but they have kind of taken the challenge and are above 500 by a couple of games. Gillen on the wing, guarded one-on-one by Taylor Race. Great defense from the freshman. Now quick pass to Pavin Terry. To the other side to Anderson. Crosses it back to Terry for 3. No good. Basketball in the air. Janae Wagner is able to collect it. Wagner finds Taylor Race, and with 1:30, here comes Race and the Bulldogs. Taylor Race, one-on-one with Haley Smalley. Quick feed to Janae Wagner. Wagner to Adelie Terry. Down low to Norrell Worrell. Going to work, Norrell Worrell. Turnaround jumper, no good. She gets her own miss. Can't put the basketball back into the hoop, but it's off of Haley Smalley. Good effort from the freshman to collect her own miss, even if it means that she didn't get a point to fall. Still battling down in the paint with Leighton Anderson. As Terry throwing it all the way out to Taylor Race. 1:10 left to go. Burke now driving into the paint. Burke bounce pass to Worrell. Norrell Worrell overshoots the basketball. And now the other way.
That was a nice pass.
Bison.
Good look, just didn't fall.
Overshot it just a little bit. Leighton Anderson. Quick feed to the near side to Gillen. Back to Smalley. Anderson, left wing, crosses it back over. Stolen away by J.C. Burke. Good steal away by the junior. 2-on-1 fast break. Up for the shot. No, it takes a bad bounce. Terry with the rebound. Her shot's no good. And it's picked up by Macy Grindle. And with 38 seconds, McCook will be able to get one more shot off before a violation. Leighton Anderson with the basketball. Into the corner now to Pavin Terry. Terry, quick feed to Anderson. Anderson cross-courts it to Gillen on the other side. Terry on the baseline. Grindle. Gillen fires for 3. Almost another one will fall from McCook, but it's Norrell Worrell. She might have 10 rebounds. She is so close, I think. Might have 9.
I've got 7.
Okay, I thought she had more, but that's maybe my misjudgment. As Terry to the rack. That'll lead Terry. Another bucket, and that is, though, how this game will come to an end for the North Platte girls as they fall 57-30 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull's scoreboard. Just that second quarter was kind of the downfall for North Platte High after going into the second quarter, only trailing by 1 point, Jeff Smeltzer. They just were unable to find that same offensive success and fall to McCook and the Bison by a score of 57-30.
Yeah, Crawford, boy, she had a performance. That's all I
32
can say.
points.
And then how many did number 20 have? She have double digits?
Oh, for nope, she had 9 points for Leah Walgren. So Crawford, again, amassed more than half of the points scored by McCook and the Bison.
So the two of them combined for 41 of the 57.
Yeah. So it just happens to be one of those games, unfortunately. You know, there's always going to be just one of those games where somebody is just going to have a good game. And unfortunately for North Platte, it wasn't on their side. It was with Callie Crawford. And again, she is McCook's best player, so you could see that is where their focal point of their offense comes from. But also, it was McCook's best shooting night from beyond the arc as
Jared Smeltzer's wearing another new pair of shoes that I have never seen before.
Where does he get these shoes?
I don't know.
Does he just borrow them?
Yeah, he must.
I was going to say, I was like, your son probably doesn't have a hard, a after-school job, I would assume, so I don't know where he would get the funds from.
He is a shoe hound. I don't know whose black Nikes those are.
Somebody has given up their Nikes for Jared Smeltzer tonight, and maybe this is the night that those black Nikes put in some good work here for Mr. Jared Smeltzer. But a final score of 57-30 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull's scoreboard. Bulldogs fall now to 4-11 on the year. McCook now 5-10, and the Bulldogs girls and boys tomorrow versus York on the road. We'll step aside and we'll take a break. When we come back, it is our Quick Stop post-game show on FM 98.1, AM 1410, video live streaming on our Cedar Room live stream, NorthPlattePost.com.
Hands of Heartland has offered support and services for those with developmental disabilities in Nebraska since 1998 and is now bringing those services to the North Platte area. Residential services, respite services, community services, and even day services. Hands of Heartland offers a full array of services from 24-hour supports to just a few hours per week. Learn more today online at handsofheartland.com. That's handsofheartland.com. Hands of Heartland, providing creative opportunities to live and grow.
We're always open right around the corner. Quick Stop. Save money at the pump at Quick Stop with the Dino Pay app. Dino Pay offers contactless payment using your preferred debit or credit card. The savings add up with 12 cents per gallon and even more on Tuesdays and Thursdays with rollbacks for savings of 15 cents per gallon. Huge savings. The Sinclair Dino Pay saving you at the pump. Don't forget Frazzle Gourmet Slushes and For Real Shakes and Smoothies. Gourmet coffee at everyday low prices on your favorite beers.
Every step should feel great, but if foot pain, bunions, heel spurs, or injuries are slowing you down, Great Plains Foot and Ankle Specialist is here to help. Their expert team of doctors provide top-notch care, from routine foot health to advanced treatments and surgery. Whether you're an athlete, always on the go, or just tired of aching feet, they'll get you back on your feet pain-free. Step into comfort. Call Great Plains Foot and Ankle Specialist today, or see them online at gpfootandankle.com.
Are you in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV? Look no further than Bill Summers Ford Honda Nissan for your next vehicle. Look online 24/7 at BillSummers.com. Bill Summers is Western Nebraska's leasing headquarters, and they have aggressive financing to get you into the vehicle you've been dreaming of. Check out all the inventory at BillSummers.com anytime. Bill Summers Ford Honda Nissan, where families are our business. Highway 83 and Walker Road in North Platte, and online 24/7 at BillSummers.com.
It's the Quick Stop post-game wrap-up. Quick Stop never closes, with 24 locations open 24 hours a day.
Welcome back here to the Doghouse, FM 98.1, AM 1410. Girls fall 57-30 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull's scoreboard. Dominant night for Carly Crawford of the Bison. She scored 32 of the 57 points, and as Jeff Smeltzer said, that was 42 out of the 57 points scored by her and Jalea Walgren. So McCook had a two-man horse race on their side. Unfortunately for the Bulldogs, they got – sorry, I thought you were unmuted there.
I was going to say, quite the dynamic duo out there for the Lady Bison.
They had a good start, North Platte did. They were trailing at the end of the first quarter, 18-17, but McCook and, more importantly, Callie Crawford went on that kind of heater in the second. And that is how this game just kind of got out of control for the Bulldogs on the defensive side and trying to find something offensively to catch back up.
Yeah, outstanding performances by those two young ladies. And then again, Dogs again, fourth game in a row down their dynamic duo, their two leading scorers.
And it feels like trying a little something different on the offensive side. I know when I talk to head coach Tyson Hammond, he'll probably say it's about the same thing, but it feels like they pulled Nora Worrell a little more out to the perimeter than they normally have, and I felt like it was a good start in the first quarter when they were doing that, but unfortunately the shots just did not follow through with that the scoring, did not follow through much with that change.
No, and she had some nice drives. Again, that being a young team, not enough experience feeding the ball to a post player, because there were some times she had a defender on her back, had her sealed, and they just couldn't get the ball to her.
And you can see the frustration, I think, just kind of mount up for a couple members of the young team, of the younger crew. Just seeing because their shots weren't falling, they were struggling to really get good positioning on the offensive side. You kind of see the frustration just kind of set in, not because of what was happening, but kind of I think just how they were feeling that they were performing. We had Nora Worrell kind of hit the wall, after she missed a rebound. So you can kind of see, the young team, I'm going to say the cracks are starting to fall, but you can see kind of that frustration for a young team kind of set in. And to be fair, that is to be expected with some of these players who are so fresh to the varsity level. They're just trying to figure their role out and trying to figure out kind of also their game at the same time. And it's tough to do that when you're at a varsity level and, we have all these players that have been playing for 2, maybe even 3 years you have to go up against.
Yeah, it's kind of been the same way with the guys, too, that everybody's playing up a level higher than they probably should be.
Yeah.
A lot of these girls should just be playing JV only right now, but with lack of depth, they're having to play varsity. Same with the guys that, a lot of sophomores were playing varsity last year when they probably should have been playing JVs.
And to be fair, when we say something like that, it's not of the sense that they're not good enough. Well, it's one of those things where they need more time to develop. You can see we can see the spark, we can see the flashes of what they could be.
Yeah.
They're just so raw at the moment. You want them to develop a little bit more on the JV level to hone their game in. And sometimes kind of be a wild card in terms of what a game-to-game variance they'll look like.
I was just putting it. Now, this year's kind of an anomaly for Kearney High School, but previous years they would have about 7 or 8 seniors. So then the juniors are predominantly playing JVs because there's such a – and then they rotate, and the next class has 7 or 8 seniors and so on and so forth.
And they're all like finely tuned because they've had that time to sit and, develop and kind of take these lumps. For a team like North Platte that is kind of just having to throw some pieces into the fire, unfortunately, just because of the injury situation or even just the depth situation. They had a couple of seniors, some high production seniors graduate last season. They've kind of just almost had this is kind of like the reset year. We've talked about it a couple of times. Every once in a while, a program will have a reset year where you lose a lot of your talent and you're trying to refresh, restock, and get a lot of these young faces time to grow and see playing time. And I still love that they're getting playing time, but they still just need that time to develop and go through these lumps game by game to get better.
You're a team that doesn't have much size, and what's the one thing that you couldn't have happen is your only height get hurt or get
in foul trouble, in that moment.
Just Jonathan Rinke, losing Jonathan Rinke for the year, averaging 20 and 10, but you got to figure it out. That's what life is about, is overcoming challenges, and they're working on it. You looked at Grand Island Northwest Tuesday night. They played an excellent first half and then had trouble scoring in the second.
And I think that's the positive thing. It's not just like a entire game of downfalls. We can not sit there and say that the entire game was kind of like a scratch it, don't look at it kind of game. There were moments in there where you're like, okay, I see where it's heading, and I can see where things are going. It's just trying to unlock that consistent play or that consistent spread of offense. And I feel like, again, the effort's never going to be a problem. And I think that's what makes the Bulldogs so special as a team and as a culture is you never have to sit there and worry about this team not going to the practice court after a game like this and kind of have their head down and not really learn from their mistakes or try to want to work harder to learn from their mistakes.
They're always going to work hard, and you look out there, they're still smiling and having fun. So, when you're having a year like this, it'd be easy to get down and check it in, but they're still having fun and working hard.
And that's kind of the thing we forget. I mean, like me and you are kind of psychopaths when it comes to basketball because we're in the analytics and we're diving into the weeds and everything. And you can kind of just get lost and forget that basketball is meant to just be, especially here at the high school level, a fun sport for these students to enjoy during their time here in high school. And to see that, again, in these moments where, yes, it is a rough patch for the team from a statistics standpoint, to see them still going out there and having fun doing it, you can at least, again, feel better that progress is going to be made.
And plowing ahead through those 9 straight away games.
Gosh. Yeah. That doesn't help either.
No.
That does not help either, especially for a young team.
Kind of getting a taste of some home games here. This will be 3 in the last 2 weeks, so that's nice. And then hit the road again tomorrow. And then
you're on the road all of next week.
Starts a 5-game road swing.
And at most 3 of those games are going to be at that tournament, that Western Conference tournament up in Scotts Bluff against some really, really tough teams. Quick stop post-game show. Jeff Smeltzer, let's quickly jump into some game stats before we totally get to the boys.
Game stats for the ladies. Let's see. Leading the way with 9 points, 7 rebounds is Nora Whirl. Adelaide Terry had 8 points.
Did she almost get a double-double if you look at her rebound statistics?
9 and 7 for Nora. Adelaide Terry, 8 points, 3 rebounds, a steal. 7 points, 3 rebounds, 2 steals, and an assist for J.C. Burke. J.C. Fox chips in with 3 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. 2 points, 2 rebounds for Hayden Hansen. 1 point, 1 rebound, a steal for Hayden Irvin. Some great play from Ava Franzen, Janae Wagner, and Race. Is it Taylor?
Taylor Race.
Taylor Race.
And it's good to see. And I think it's also encouraging that even if the Dogs aren't scoring, they're filling the stat sheet up. You talked about the handful of assists they had or the multiple rebounds that they had. So they're doing stuff out there. They're just, unfortunately, the one thing that makes a game kind of, go in a win or a loss column, the points-wise is still lagging a bit behind. But I still think in terms of the overall statistics and effort, it is there. It's just the points have yet to catch up to how this young team performs.
So here comes Coach.
My favorite time to talk, as Jeff Smeltzer can go out and reset his snack and his drink as head coach Tyson Hammond joins me here on our La Casa del Rio's post-game coach's interview. Coach, as always, it is a pleasure to see you, and it was a tough loss, 57-30 to a pretty good McCook team. They have quite some talent with Callie Crawford scoring 32 points. I really liked how that first quarter started. It felt like we saw, as we talked on Tuesday, a little shake-up offensively. Nora Whirl coming out to the perimeter a little bit more, and it kind of worked in some good success in that first quarter, but in the second and third quarter, the scoring wasn't able to keep up with those 3 points that were coming from beyond the arc by the McCook Bisons.
Yeah, defensively we struggled tonight. We didn't, the things that we normally do really, really well, we just didn't do very well tonight. We normally are very good at recognizing shooters and closing out and those types of things, and we just didn't do it tonight. We got a little, they made a few shots, and I think instead of recognizing, hey, we're okay, then we got a little bit frustrated. In that, the good offensive start that suffered a little bit because of that too. But that's the thing. Like, they hit some shots and they were able to build some confidence early, and we just weren't able. We never defensively were able to settle in and do the stuff that we normally do, and that leads to a lot of struggles.
And when you attribute to kind of that loss of the mental in terms of the defensive, could it just be chalked up to a bad game, or also the fact that they're still super, super young and trying to get through some of these lumps rather than it's going to be a consistent thing going forward?
Yeah, it's both. It's both of those things. It's being really young and being dependent on to do things and do them the right way. And then it's also, the game. We didn't react very well to their physicality. They cut hard. They were really, really sharp in the movements that they wanted to do, and we were too reactionary. We didn't anticipate movement very well. We let people kind of go where they wanted to go, and when you let people kind of cut and move where they want to, you're always a step behind, and we got to do a better job of anticipating and moving with the ball a little bit.
And is that more kind of a practice thing to help just get them to continually get them that game reps and that game time to identify when they do see something happening on the court? It's more natural instead of, as you said, a reactionary basis.
Yeah, that's part of the growth process. That's part of learning, and like I said, it's a lot of young kids that we're in new roles right now, and we're trying to figure out how to learn on the fly. And a lot of this right now, we're playing a lot of games right now. We'd love, early in the season, we would have loved to have had less practice and more games. And right now, we'd really like to have a little more practice time so we could talk about getting to those spots a little bit better. But it's part of it. Like we got to keep finding ways to learn from those types of things. And it's right there in front of us. And learning how to, over the course of a long season, learning how to take a little bit of frustration and take difficult times and react to them the right way is also part of the growth process with any season, but especially with basketball season. It's a long season, and trying to find ways to fight through the struggle, and that's what we're in right now.
And that, as we said, practice is always going to be the key to bandage some of those problems. But in a situation like this, where especially next week also when you go to that tournament, we're going to have little practice beforehand. Is there kind of like some things you can implement without really having to practice too much to kind of help maybe give them a little heads up, or really is it just going to be down to finding those days when you do have practice to really take advantage of said limited time?
It's just doing the things that we know at a little bit quicker pace. That's the thing. Like, we know what we're supposed to do. Like, we know how to handle certain situations. We know how to handle different offensive looks. We know all that stuff. Part of it is just, it, now you got to go play.
Yeah. Yes.
And things aren't always perfect. Sometimes when you're learning and you're young, you want everything to be a certain way, and when it's not, you got to be willing to react. And that's just part of that process as well. Like, it's not stuff that we don't know. It's not stuff that we don't know how to handle. It's just now you got to do it at a game speed. And that's, being in games, obviously practice-wise, there's finer points of things to talk about. But really it's just more, this is what's happening, now play. This is where their cutter's coming from. Hit their cutter and now play. Like, the offense isn't going to go to the exact same place every single time. And if they did, it's pretty easy to play defense. But the offense is going to adjust as the defense adjusts. And, figuring out how to play through it is part of that.
Another game on the road, this time tomorrow in York. So not the furthest trip like Bennington was last Saturday. Be a bit chilly in the morning. Really take me through what some of the things you want to see the team really focus on in this short little break that you have to sleep on it for tomorrow's game against York.
We just said after the game, tomorrow's the next challenge. York is going to be similar to McCook from the point of view of they're going to be physical, they're going to cut hard, they're going to play at a fast pace. We've got to expect that and not be surprised when the other team comes out and cuts hard and is physical with the things that they do. Like, that's, sometimes I think that surprises us, and I think that's also part of being young because we haven't been in a lot of games like that. When you've played 8th grade basketball, 9th grade basketball, things like that, and then all of a sudden you're in a varsity game, the physicality picks up and the speed picks up, and that's, some of us are seeing that for the first time, and we're just learning from it.
Coach, as always, thank you so much for stopping on by. Safe travel, stay warm tonight. It's a little chilly outside. Head coach Tyson Hammond joins us and talks on La Casa del Rio's post-game coaches interview as a little Jeff Smeltzer conversation with Coach. I love seeing Coach Hammond stop on by. It's good to always have a conversation. A really smart mind. If you ever had a chance to kind of just sit and talk to Coach Hammond, he seems like a really reserved guy, but boy, he got that depth of knowledge in terms of, how basketball wants to be run and what he thinks about basketball running. And in my favorite time of the day, Miss Janelle Euling bringing us our Snickers bar. I love it so much, and that'll be, of course, you're not you when you're hungry, Jeff Smeltzer. Oh, I got to, at some point I'm going to always remember to click you in when I'm trying to ask you a question.
She must have brought these out of the trunk of her car.
It's pretty cold
they're
down
frozen,
there.
yeah.
But now it's time. We're not going to have really too much time to talk about the boys, but the 10-2 McCook Indians taking on the now, if I remember correctly, I have the statistic. I don't know why I didn't look at it. The 3-11 North Platte High Bulldogs. Again, two opposite sides of the spectrum. This McCook team almost the same as we saw last season, and they are really, really good.
They are. They can do it inside, outside. They've got some height, I think, with is it Corbett at 6'6", and then they've got
so they have Oliver Corbin at 6'6", Lance Koning off the bench at 6'5", and then just in general they have some height. Bryson Gillen's 5'9", Trip Rayleigh is 6'1", Brody Graham is 6 foot tall, Cooper Rakes is 6'1", so they have that kind of mix match of some really good height and really good speed to go along with it.
Some good guard play with Gillen, Rayleigh, and Graham. Remember them from last year? Good ball handlers, very quick.
And now it'll be, of course, we talked about the scoring woes of the girls, and that kind of was the problem against Grand Island Northwest on Tuesday for North Platte High School. They just really struggled in the second half. I will say in the first half they answered the bell really well from a shooting perspective for the boys, but just were unable to, in the end of things, really keep up with Grand Island Northwest offensively.
Little change in the Dogs lineup here is they're going to Harper Whitney.
Oh, I was going to say Harper
Whitney's in the starting lineup tonight.
So here we jump into our Double Dips Ice Creamery starting lineup. Double Dips Ice Creamery in the historic Canteen District in North Platte offers 24 plus different flavors of hand-dipped ice cream served in a variety of ways. Bryson Gillen, the senior at 5'9", gets the start. The point guard alongside Trip Rayleigh, 6'1" junior. Brody Graham, the 6 foot tall senior, starts alongside Oliver Corbett, the 6'6" senior. And then Cooper Rakes, 6'1" junior for McCook. And for North Platte High School,
they're going to go with the junior Logan Hayes, senior Sam Euling, junior Jake Kincaid, senior Harper Whitney, and junior Reed O'Brien.
So Jarrett Smeltzer will be out of the lineup, and a pretty safe call just because of how lengthy McCook and the Bison are. Jarrett Smeltzer, more of that shifty guard that will do well against another small guard. But with that amount of length, not the best matchup for the young Smeltzer today, and hence why he'll be coming off the bench as well as Caleb Odell. But I think that might be a pretty good bench lineup because we've talked about how North Platte has kind of struggled a bit sometimes with a bench unit coming on to potentially put some points in.
Yeah, I get some spark coming off the bench. Well, they've changed up the video. Well, changed up the video production again tonight. Looks good.
Isn't it great? I mean, also, same thing with Scottsbluff. They had the new board in. That cost them over $100,000. Can you believe that?
For their board, I know they got the
projectors the projectors were $100,000, and I was just like, my gosh. I know. So I don't know if that stat was correct. I don't think it sounds correct because ours were definitely not $100,000, and they're exactly the same things.
Yeah. Well, here we go.
Well, here's going to be a fun jump for one Logan Hayes going up against Oliver Corbett, the 6'6" senior. That's going to be a really tough matchup tonight for North Platte High School. So look at Jake Kincaid to battle as best as he can and stay away from the foul trouble. That's the big thing for North Platte if they're going to go one-on-one with the size here. McCook, quick three for Bryson Gillen, and he starts off for McCook with a three-pointer right off the rip. And this is a team that can pour it down from beyond the arc if you give them an opportunity to.
Nearly 4 players in double figures, 3 in double figures and one at 9.2.
And that's like the perfect rotation is Kincaid for 3, no good off the back iron. And Corbett comes away with rebound number 1. That's kind of like the healthy, perfect mix you want to see from a team. Around 4 players in double digits or around that 9-point mark. Corbett in the left corner, one-on-one with Jake Kincaid. They cross-courted over. 3 on the way was almost attempted by Rakes. Down low they go to Trip Rayleigh. Rayleigh with some good patience. Backdoor cut to Rakes, and another bucket here for McCook. Cooper Rakes, his first 2 points.
Good find that time.
5-0 lead on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull scoreboard. Logan Hayes with the basketball. Again with that bandage on his wrist and his thumb. Kincaid again fires for 3. He answers the bell with a bucket. First 3 for Kincaid. He's 1 for 2 tonight already, and a 2-point lead for the Bison. Corbett driving baseline on Kincaid. Up for the layup. No good. And Jake Kincaid gets the rebound. And again, a big key for North Platte today is can Jake Kincaid early in this game stay out of foul trouble. Corbett at 6'6" is going to be a tough matchup, but if Kincaid with his strength can stay in this game, that's going to be a good onset for the Dogs as Reed O'Brien quick flash over to Sam Euling, guarded by Rakes. Hand off to Harper Whitney. Whitney picking his dribble up, now in some trouble, needing someone to relieve him, and it's going to be one Reed O'Brien. Another start for Reed O'Brien with 8 seconds. O'Brien driving it on Gillen. Reed O'Brien's shot is no good, and Oliver Corbett, rebound number 2. Quick feed Gillen to the far side, Rakes.
They missed Trip Rayleigh in the corner.
Say now Tiller down low to Corbett. No good again. Strong rebound by Reed O'Brien. Brody Graham with a little cut in, missed the layup. And North Platte, good defense on Oliver Corbett for the second straight possession. Kincaid, stepping back from the left elbow. Whoa! Jake Kincaid, 5 points right in this first quarter, and this is what it looks like when Kincaid does not get 2 fouls in the first 2 minutes. And if he can stay in rhythm this game, that'll be a huge find for North Platte as the 3 is short from Trip Rayleigh. Rebounded on the side of Brody Graham. Actually, correction, Bryson Gillen and the Bison will have a quick substitution of Trey Tiller into the game. And the first foul for Logan Hayes.
Tiller comes off the bench, but he's the one who averages 9.2 points per game.
Rakes will be, I'm trying to think who will be checking out quickly here. It might be Cooper Rakes. We'll see. First free throw is no good from Bryson Gillen. As actually they're going to go small, and Oliver Corbett will check out. So staggering Corbett out. And checking in comes Caleb Odell for Reed O'Brien. Gillen's second free throw is good. So Gillen 4 points in this ball game, 1 for 2 in his first 2 free throw attempts tonight. 6-5 lead on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull's scoreboard with 5:15 left to go. Kincaid guarded one-on-one by Cooper Rakes to Odell. Quick feed now to Harper Whitney. In the corner to Sam Euling. Euling with a good drive around the perimeter. Quick feed to Odell. In the corner to Whitney. Whitney has plenty of time, 14 on the shot clock. They try to get it low. Successfully they do to Euling, but now out into the corner to Odell. Odell tripped up for a second and he lost the basketball. Trey Tiller steals it away. Watch out below. Tiller with the layup. Dogs got a little too cute with the ball handling and turned the ball over, and the young Jarrett Smeltzer looks to check in as Harper Whitney with the basketball. Up in the air, another turnover for North Platte. That's this time Trip Rayleigh. Up now to Brody Graham. Graham's layup is in and out. Rebounded by Sam Euling.
Way to stay after it, Sam.
It is 8-5, and another turnover for North Platte. Trip Rayleigh steals the pass, and now one-on-one with Logan Hayes. Rayleigh up and in, just powering past Logan Hayes, and what was a 2-point lead now is up to 5, and a quick timeout going to be called by head coach Jimmy Pack as Smeltzer checks in for Harper Whitney. But all in the blink of an eye, Jeff Smeltzer
Was it tied at 5 or was
it was tied at 5, and now it's a 5-point lead.
Run there.
And you should feel a little better because, again, Oliver Corbett's not in, but we've said it many of times throughout this season. Those darn pesky turnovers costing the Dogs momentum. That's 3 straight.
They both turned into run-out scores. So
3 straight turnovers leading to a bucket. And that is how this lead has grown to be 10-5 early in this first quarter. Timeout's brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. See him on the one-way, 621 South Dewey, Sweet Bee. As well as our other sponsors, Bill Summers, Ford, Honda, Nissan, Great Plains Foot and Ankle, Larry's Glass, and Shelter Insurance agents Pete Voles and Brent Rogo. Mr. Brent Rogo had a birthday a couple weeks ago, so I gave another shout-out to his birthday. As here comes the young Jarrett Smeltzer in for Harper Whitney. Bounce pass to Jake Kincaid as Oliver Corbett is checked right back in. Great backdoor feed into Logan Hayes. He'll go up for the shot. No good. A very strong rebound for Brody Graham. And now the other way come the Bison. Bounce pass to Corbett. Corbett from 20. Feeds it out now to Rayleigh. He'll pull up for 3. Trip Rayleigh.
Nice shot that time.
He has 5 points. Another 3 for the Bison. 13-5. And you can just see how fast this offense operates for McCook and how quick they can score. Hayes on Rayleigh, stripped away by Bryson Gillen, and now a fast break opportunity for Gillen, and he lays it up and in.
That's just killer when turnovers lead to runouts.
Especially as you hated, open court
yeah.
type of turnovers. And checking in now, Cooper Rakes. Kincaid, another three. He hits another one. He's looking pretty smooth out there, Jake Kincaid, specifically from beyond the arc. And this is exactly what he needs after back-to-back games where he's gotten in foul trouble pretty early in the first quarter. For him to be at this point with 3:02 and no fouls is great, but it's immediately answered back by a Trey Tiller on the other end. The three barrage begins for either side, but McCook now leads by 10, 18-8.
Couldn't quite get over the screen that time.
Smeltzer, quick feed to Ewing. Now to Jake Kincaid. Kincaid getting a screen, driving on Corbett, stepping back to Smeltzer. Smeltzer with a quick three. Off of the side of the backboard, no good. And now a quick feed up to Tiller. Tiller now
charge.
Will draw an offensive charge. Smeltzer almost stole the ball behind from Trey Tiller, but Odell takes the charge, and that is the first foul today for Trey Tiller. Checking in now for McCook, Abel Wilson, the freshman, number 12 off of their JV roster. So he checks in for Trey Tiller. As that full court heave to Logan Hayes is a success. He puts it up and in following the foul from the freshman Abel Wilson. And immediately he will check out and Mason West will check in for McCook.
I don't know, maybe Jake needs to move from the line to quarterback. That was a pretty nice pass that time.
Because he's got one more year, if I remember correctly, for Jake Kincaid.
Yeah.
So Logan Hayes on that full court, Nikola Jokic type inbounds, gets the bucket now to the free throw line.
I hope the Dogs realize number 0's back there. Okay.
Doesn't matter if he makes that free throw. 1 of 1, and now up the court, Brody Graham with it. Dogs with this zone trap defense for the full court press. Gillen in 2 defenders. Bounce pass to Brody Graham. Graham surveys back to Gillen.
There they go. They finally got matched up there. A little confusion on who they had.
Rakes on the on the right corner now, passes it back to Wilson. Actually, Mason West. West almost has that stolen away, but he get the ball to Gillen. Gillen with 8 seconds to Corbett. Corbett to Brody Graham, and a foul.
Oh.
Is that against Jared Smeltzer?
Yeah, I didn't. Oh, no. Yeah, boy, I didn't.
Wow, I didn't
see that. He had his hands to his side.
And now head coach Jimmy Pack.
Yeah, Pack doesn't agree. Coach Pack doesn't agree.
Well deserved having a conversation because I know he will not be happy with how
that official is on the far side of the court as well. And
West pulls up for 3, no good, and Kincaid at least comes down for it. So in the end, it doesn't cost the Dogs too much, but that's the first Smeltzer foul tonight. Quick feed to Odell. Now Logan Hayes rakes right on him. Ewing, top of the three-point line, driving right past Mason West. Oh, he tried to feed to Kincaid, but a bad feed as Trip Rayleigh saw it all the way and steals it. Rayleigh with 1:30 left to go on the right wing, setting up McCook's offense.
Dogs had to scramble again. They all get matched up here.
You say that. Rakes almost thought about the 3, but finds Rayleigh once again. Trip Rayleigh getting a screen from Brody Graham. Rayleigh now to his left hand on the baseline. Mason West back out to Corbett. Now, Trip Rayleigh saves that ball, and it's picked up by Sam Ewing. Defense for the Bulldogs, clamping down on the Indians as Bryson Gillen looks to check back in. Smeltzer on the left wing, setting the offense up. Probably looking for a wide-open Caleb Odell shot at some point. Kincaid with 20 seconds. There is Odell. He'll pull the trigger. Yes! It was going to come at some point. And now, what was a 10-point lead? Jeff Smeltzer's only 4. Yep. With 18-14 on our scoreboard. 44 seconds left to go. Mason West spinning. Wide open Brody Graham 3. He can't make it fall. Rebounded by Logan Hayes. A 1-second shot clock, game clock difference. How about Logan Hayes, coast to coast?
Count the basket.
Jeff Smeltzer, a coast to coast from Logan Hayes. Count the bucket, and it is only a 2-point lead for McCook after a 10-point lead was sprung up 18-8. The Dogs on their own have gone on an 8-0 run.
Smooth drive that time.
And Logan Hayes could make it only 1 if he hits his free throw.
Looking for point number 6 here in the first quarter.
He makes it. With a lane violation. And that bucket, unfortunately, will not count.
I had noticed that the last couple of games that he's been stepping across.
Who, Logan Hayes?
Close to being early, and they got him that time.
Corbett, 26 seconds, and a trap. Oh!
A little push in the back by Odell.
So Caleb Odell picks up his first foul, third team foul. 25 seconds, so McCook will have the final shot of this first quarter, but what a comeback North Platte had in this quarter after trailing by 10. Now only 2 points. Gillen with Kincaid guarding him. Quick feed to Brody Graham. Graham on the perimeter. He gets the ball back immediately at
Dogs look like they're in a zone
the logo.
Here.
Into the corner now. Rayleigh for three. Trip Rayleigh is short. They get the rebound, does Brody Graham. Graham's shot is up, no good. In the air, Kincaid gets it, and that is how this first quarter will come to an end. Oh, mama, Jeff Smeltzer, what a first quarter that was. 18-16 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull scoreboard. We meet you where you're at, help you get to where you want to be. It at one point was looking pretty disastrous for North Platte High School. They locked in and went on a 6-0 run themselves, and now trailed by 2.
Oh boy, great energy. This has been a fun quarter to watch. Now, see if the Bulldogs can keep it up for 3 more. They did that against Northwest last
for the
game
first
for the
two
first
quarters,
half, and then it kind of fell apart. But
and that's kind of going to be the interesting point going forward is, can the Dogs, stay? I don't want to say active, but can they stay, within themselves to not have to go through something like that? Because that was the issue last time out. Was we thought they looked really good in the first half. Yep. And then all of a sudden, for some odd reason, in that second half, they were unable to really find that same mojo that we saw them have.
So going into the second quarter will be Bulldog basketball. Got Odell, Smeltzer, Kincaid, Euling, and Hayes to start the second quarter.
So Dogs again going a little different with their...
Going small here, but McCook isn't much taller right now except for Corbett.
Dogs doing a good job guarding Oliver Corbett. He hasn't really put a point up so far.
He's not much of a scorer. He only averages about 2 points a game.
So Smeltzer with the basketball, picking his dribble up immediately, some trouble.
I thought he thought he had Kincaid there, and somebody stepped in front of him.
Down low in the paint, they go to Jared Smeltzer. Backing down one, Brody Graham. Smeltzer! Ho-ho! How about the young Smeltzer?
Looked like a push in the back as well from his dad, but that's a...
Uh-oh, Bryson Gillen transition 3. No good. Logan Hayes collects it. And here comes a 2-on-2 fast break. Logan Hayes, coast to coast again, and offensive charge against Logan Hayes.
That's all right. You can live with that kind of a turnover. That's good aggressive basketball.
Trip Rayleigh, the man that comes up with that foul.
Good defense by Tripp that time. Got position.
Returning to the floor for McCook's number 2,
as Trey Tiller now into this ball game for McCook. Quick feed, almost stolen by Kincaid, and a travel by Cooper Rakes.
Oh, that was good because he had a guy underneath the basket wide open. They had a 2-on-1 attack there, but took off before he dribbled.
18-18 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull scoreboard. Jarrett Smeltzer now at the court as checking in comes Reed O'Brien for North Platte High. Bounce pass to Kincaid. Still no fouls for Jake Kincaid today. Love to see that effort from him. Baseline, Sam Euling tries to cross-court it over to Smeltzer. He's kind of trapped on the corner, and he gets called for a travel. He's a little confused himself. As Jimmy Pack also a little miffed on the sideline with how that went.
I got to get out of dad mode. I didn't see that.
Smeltzer, we love it when you're in dad mode. Dad mode's fun. Rayleigh on the right side now on the wing. Again, that Dogs, with that 2-3 zone. Feed it all the way back to Brody Graham. Gillen, bounce pass over to Tiller. 3 from Bryson Gillen. It's in.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to stay in this zone very long.
No, especially with a team like McCook that is so precise with their passes.
Yeah.
Something you
they
really
share the basketball, and they're pretty good shooters.
Yeah, you don't want to really test that perimeter shooting. A Smeltzer through 2 defenders to Kincaid. He'll pull for another 3. That one's off the mark and rebounded by the big fella, Oliver Corbett, his second. And in transition, Cooper Rakes drawing the foul.
Good foul. Prevent the layup, make him earn it from the free
That's
throw
the first foul for Jake Kincaid today. So Cooper Rakes assessed with a free throw attempt here as that's in for Rakes. So Oliver Corbett checks back in. Out goes Brody Graham. So McCook going with a much larger lineup now. Cooper Rakes 3 points, 22-18 as Corbett.
I don't know what lane violation before the shot.
Okay, so now the official having a conversation with Bryson Gillen as head coach Joe Immus must not happy with that. So a pre-free throw lane violation, something you rarely see. Odell wide open in the corner, baby. Off the iron, but Reed O'Brien fights for it. He can't keep it alive.
Great effort by Reed.
The young O'Brien almost comes down with that 3-point rebound. 22-18 now. McCook up top, 5:59 left to go. High energy game from either side. Corbett at the free throw line. Hop steps into the corner now. A three from Tiller. No good. And that's going to be tipped. Tipped away again and rebounded by Jake Kincaid. A little dicey with those tips. Up to Ewing. Ewing. Rakes guarding him. Smeltzer. Quick feed Odell. He'll pull a deep trigger three. That's going to be, in and out.
In and out.
And now here comes in transition, Trip Rayleigh. Rayleigh with a block on Smeltzer. Calling on the floor.
Flop warning on Smeltzer. So the basket counts, and it should be Bulldog ball.
So you got the flop warning. Tried his best. I mean, again.
He was set early. He just was not set in the right spot.
But to be fair, you got to love how North Platte is kind of giving up their body so far early in this ball game. They're really, really trying to force these drives from McCooks to kind of go away from it if they're going to get an offensive foul. Smeltzer looking for the roll from Kincaid. He'll fire a quick shot from the free throw line. Man, Jake Kincaid tonight, after missing his initial three, has been perfect the rest of the night.
Yeah.
That ball's in the open court. Somehow McCook stays with it. A little left shot from Trip Rayleigh that's no good. Corbett comes down with another rebound. That's number 4.
They're back to man-to-man. This is good.
More
switch.
like it. A moving screen.
Yeah. See who that's on. On 0.
It's going to be on Bryson Gillen. First for Gillen.
And to be fair, I didn't see that either. So, I mean, I haven't seen him either way.
Gillen was pointing to his shoulder a little bit like he thought he kind of jammed him in there with the shoulder. As that ball going to go out of bounds, last touched by Trip Rayleigh.
White's got to talk when somebody's coming up in that, from that wolf position from behind you.
Again, the wolf position is kind of just that guy that slowly sneaks behind you.
Yep.
So Harper Whitney is checked in for Caleb Odell.
Sam Ewing brings it up, which does not happen
quite often. Ewing cutting to the rack. He gets stripped away by Trey Tiller. Tiller finds Brody Graham, but he can't hold on to the ball. Gillen now with it. Quick feed. Tiller, jab steps, but good recovery from Sam Ewing. Down low they go to Corbett. Oliver Corbett, his first 2 points.
Good job by 3. Is that West? That was a nice drive.
That was Brody Graham.
And found Corbett underneath.
4:22 left to go, a 26-20 lead for McCook. Smeltzer, some good moves. Now on Corbett. Wow, what a floater. It's going to fall a bit short, and Bryson Gillen rebounds it. I liked what I saw from Jared Smeltzer, but just a bit short on the shot. And a block foul against Harper Whitney.
Got past his guy, and I don't think he realized the 6'6" guy was still
trailing right behind him. Yeah. So checking in will be Logan Hayes. 4:07 left to go. That's the third team foul for the Dogs. First personal foul for Harper Whitney.
Good.
That's a missed free throw for Brody Graham.
Hayes for Smeltzer on the substitution.
Smeltzer checks out. Good little stint for Jared Smeltzer. So the starters back in for North Platte. Almost another missed free throw, but Brody Graham at least sinks the second. 7-point lead for McCook. And the Dogs got it all the way down to just 2, and it's ballooned slowly and steadily up to 7 now. Kincaid on one-on-one with Corbett. Kincaid cross-courting it over to Reed O'Brien. O'Brien trying to get it down low to Ewing, but pulls back out. Ewing, right corner. 15 on the shot clock. Hands the ball off to Harper Whitney. Whitney tight-roping that baseline, steps out. Dogs got a little too jammed in that right corner, and because of that, an unforced error and another turnover.
That's 8 on the game so far for the Bulldogs.
Again, just like with the girls, not horrible, but still not good.
Could be better.
Yes. Graham up to Corbett.
Oh,
my good heavens, and that is a backcourt violation for the senior Oliver Corbett.
A little brain freeze on that, yeah.
So checking in comes Tripp Rayleigh, and Oliver Corbett checks out. Also checking in, Trenton Rayleigh. So Gillen and Corbett check out. So a little bit of a brain freeze.
Yeah, I've been there. You see a wide open teammate and you forget where you are on the court.
Logan Hayes with the basketball. Keeps it himself, but it bounced off of Cooper Rakes' knee. Oh, and now the official and the head coach for McCook going to have a quick little discussion right in front of each other.
Official stood his ground. It's going to stay Bulldog basketball.
Now, the McCook coach, if I remember correctly, last year, I don't want to say a little bit of a hothead, but just like with Coach Brandel, has a voice that carries a lot, and that ball stripped away by Trey Tiller, or Tripp Rayleigh, correction, so it could get a little heated if another moment kind of transpires. I think we had only one technical yesterday, or 2 days ago for the Knights. Jeff Thurman picking up his first technical of the season. I think his first technical in 3.5 years, maybe even 4. Whitney on the left wing with the basketball now, 13 on the shot clock. Whitney taking it himself. Harper Whitney kicks. Odell, who checks in, fires. No, off the front of the iron. A missed opportunity for North Platte as, again, Caleb Odell is in the basketball game. Trailer there, Trey Tiller. He misses, luckily, that shot. A little scary moment for North Platte as Trey Tiller, trailing behind the play, misses a wide-open three-pointer.
5th rebound for Caleb. Or it's Caleb.
I was about to say,
Caleb
wow,
Kincaid.
that's quite a...
Jake Kincaid.
Kincaid cross-courting over to Reed O'Brien. O'Brien, one-on-one, now hands the ball off to Harper Whitney. As all of McCook just hounding and trying to keep their eye out for Odell. Reed O'Brien was open down low. Harper Whitney with 10 seconds, misses an opportunity. Hayes jab stepping. Logan Hayes spinning. Logan Hayes blocked by Tripp Rayleigh. For a half second, Harper Whitney had Odell open on the left wing, but just couldn't find it.
Know your time, fellas. 3 seconds.
3 seconds, and now North Platte inbounds Kincaid. Back to Hayes. 2 seconds. 1 second. Shoot the basketball. Time and place. Time and score once again, Jeff Smeltzer. Turnover for North Platte.
Somehow the inbounder didn't know. I think everybody else knew, but Logan Hayes, the inbounder, did not know.
And that play was designed for Logan Hayes to kind of shoot that corner three. Checking in now, Bryson Gillen and Sam Ewing. 27-20 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull's scoreboard. Rayleigh with it, one-on-one with Harper Whitney. Rayleigh steps back out to the perimeter. Fires to Brody Graham. Graham, good defense by Caleb Odell. Can't really go anywhere, but he'll put a shot up. It rolls in and out. And a foul that will go against
on the other Rayleigh.
Trenton Rayleigh, the brother to Tripp Rayleigh. So Whitney checks out. Trey Tiller checks out. Bryson Gillen checks in. 1:56 left to go. 27-20. Both teams kind of quiet in these last 2 minutes after an electric start to this ball game where it was 18-16. North Platte's only scored 4 points in this second quarter compared to the 9 from McCook, as Hayes had that ball stripped away from his hands by Bryson Gillen, and another baseline inbounds for North Platte High. Hayes, quick feed to Reed O'Brien. The bounce pass to Odell. Odell surveys what the defense has. He has a mismatch with the Rakes, but he's switched onto by Gillen. That ball
nearly stolen.
I was going to say by Tripp Rayleigh. Bounced off his knee and goes out. Now an inbounds for Sam Ewing, and checking in Oliver Corbett. Corbett checks in for Trenton Rayleigh. As Ewing with the inbounds gets it to Logan Hayes. Have you talked to Logan recently about his hand?
I have not.
I want to get an update potentially from head coach
But he does see the
Jimmy
trainer
Pack.
before every game, so
It's been bothering him for a while. As another three from Kincaid. Oh my gosh, Jake Kincaid, after again missing his original three to start the game, has gone perfect from the field since then.
I missed the assist. I didn't see who passed that to him.
Now driving in, Trip Rayleigh, taking his dribble up to Gillen. Gillen pulls up for three, and Gillen answers back. He's got 9, and that's just kind of how McCook operates. They can answer back so fast. Still a 7-point lead. 23 points for the Dogs, 30 for McCook. 50 seconds left to go. Odell gets the handoff. Now hands it off to Kincaid. Kincaid down low to Logan Hayes off a great cut. Off the ball as he collides with Cooper Rakes, and now up the other way comes Oliver Corbett. Back to Gillen. He'll pull up for a quick three. No, and it goes off of the rafter of the supports. And
at least once a game.
Yep. And that's it right there. Dogs will have the final shot of this first half with 33 seconds left.
Chance to cut it to 5.
And with a 3, maybe to 4, 25 seconds. The handoff to Odell. And we can, I already know, and we've seen it a couple times this season, what the Dogs are going to do. They're going to try to get Caleb Odell singled off of a backdoor screen on the perimeter so he can shoot the 3. 10 seconds, the Dogs need to start playing up here. Hayes had that ball tipped from behind by Trip Rayleigh. So,
now, fellas, 5 seconds. Everybody know how much time's on the clock. 5 seconds.
Do you give it to Odell or you give it to Jake Kincaid, who's been hot from beyond the arc on this inbounds?
I'd lob it into Kincaid. He's got Rakes on him. Corbett was falling.
Oh, I say that. There's Odell with a quick trigger 3, short off the front rim, picked up by Trip Rayleigh. 1 second. Brody Graham for 3 from beyond half court. No good. And that is meaning we're going into halftime. Jeff Smeltzer, a 30-23 lead for McCook and the Indians. And again, I'm getting vibes of that Grand Island Northwest game, just in the sense that a really solid first half for North Platte. They aren't shooting as well from the floor and beyond the arc like they did in that Northwest game, but offensively they look pretty locked in this game.
Yeah, just come out with that. Yeah, I think Grand Island, they came out with the energy. They just weren't making baskets.
And they were turning the ball over a little too frequently as well.
Yeah. Well, what do we got for turnovers here? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 in the first half.
So one more than the girls had in the halftime. Again, it's not
good.
It's not terrible, but it's, again, not what Coach wants to see. And the thing is, it's like one of those small little things that we can sit there and be like, oh, 12 turnovers, it's not great. But it has cost them 3 points in this game.
That's a difference in the game.
Yeah.
Those are layups. 6, maybe 8 points on layups off of turnovers. So not good.
No.
Yeah, you know, turnovers you can live with. Offensive charge by Logan Hayes. That was just an aggressive attack to the basket. Shout out Jake Kincaid, 13 points here in the first half.
Only missed 1 3. After, again, missing the first shot of the game, he's been perfect since then. He missed 2?
Missed 2.
What was the other one then?
Oh.
Let's take a look here.
Almost top of the key.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I see.
5 rebounds.
And again, this is exactly what he needed to do. After the last 2 games where he is, well, minus the Bennington game, but the last 2 home games where he's got 2 quick fouls in the first couple minutes of the first quarter, hasn't gotten into a rhythm. This game specifically, no fouls.
Yep.
No fouls, and he has 13 points. So he really is a difference maker when he gets on the floor, but the problem is he sometimes can't consistently stay on due to his own
Not only
worst
does
enemy.
he get more minutes, you know, if he doesn't have the fouls, he can play different. He can play aggressive because he doesn't have any fouls.
And that's what, and again, with somebody like Jonathan Ranke who is out for the rest of the season, you need somebody to be aggressive in the paint. You need somebody to be aggressive to be that bully down low. And for that to be Jake Kincaid with no fouls, that's exactly what you want to see. We'll step aside and take a break. We come back. It is our Quick Stop halftime show on FM 98.1 and AM 1410.
Your husband is pretty handy to have around. He makes the world's best mac and cheese. He's in the Tickle Monster Hall of Fame. And he can teach anyone how to throw strikes. But a busted pipe and a basement full of water?
Honey, I think we need a plumber.
Is a little out of his league. That's where a homeowner's policy from Shelter Insurance comes in handy. We'll help get your house back in order and your husband back to what he does best.
See me, Pete Volz, at 501 South Jeffers for a free insurance review.
Tom plows Runza's parking lot on Temperature Tuesdays.
Take that, Snowdrift. With great horsepower comes great responsibility.
Every Tuesday in January, the temp at 6 a.m. is the price you pay for an original Runza sandwich when you buy fries and a medium drink.
And every Tuesday, the drive-thru will be drivable.
Thanks, Tom. Not all heroes wear capes.
I'm wearing one.
I know. Temperature Tuesdays are back, and Runza makes it all better.
When the leaves start falling and the temps start dropping, do your windows keep the cold out or let it in? From foggy panes and drafts to cracked or outdated glass, Larry's Glass can help you cozy up your home before winter hits. Repairs, replacements, even custom storm windows. Call Larry's Glass in North Platte today and stay warm, safe, and energy smart all season long. Larry's Glass, 211 West 5th, where quality meets clarity.
Hands of Heartland has offered support and services for those with developmental disabilities in Nebraska since 1998 and is now bringing those services to the North Platte area. Residential services, respite services, community services, and even day services. Hands of Heartland offers a full array of services from 24-hour supports to just a few hours per week. Learn more today online at handsofheartland.com. That's handsofheartland.com. Hands of Heartland, providing creative opportunities to live and grow.
The Bulldogs play here on FM 98.1 and 1410 AM. Head to Merrick's. Open Monday starting in February. Also, try the new Philly cheesesteak sandwich, the most authentic cheesesteak in the area. Merrick's.
You ever feel like there's no time for cooking dinner on the go all the time? Dave's Place can cover your hunger wherever you want to eat.
Stop into Dave's for lunch and dinner at 502 East Francis. Order carryout and take it on the go or DoorDash it straight to your couch.
You can enjoy Dave's anywhere. And what goes great with pizza? Wings. Plus the big game on to watch with your friends.
Let Dave's Place do dinner for you. 502 East Francis in North Platte.
Mom, I'm hungry. I know where to go. Whoop, whoop.
Your family depends on you. That's why you work hard to make sure they have everything they need. With life insurance from American Family Life Insurance Company, you'll feel good knowing you've taken steps to protect what matters most. Now's the time to plan ahead. Let's talk about protecting your loved one's financial future and finding peace of mind you and your loved ones deserve. For details, contact Justin, 534-2400, or stop by 501 South Dewey Street, just south of Little Caesars Pizza on the corner of E and Dewey.
American Insurance.
The Bulldogs play here on FM 98.1 and 1410 AM. Head to Merrick's. Open Monday starting in February. Also, try the new Philly cheesesteak sandwich, the most authentic cheesesteak in the area. Merrick's.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to our Quick Stop halftime show. 27 locations open 24 hours a day. Quick Stop always open right around the corner. Oh, are they supposed to hit those dots as they move? Oh, now I see. Oh, I do it again. You know, I thought I unmuted you. So we throw the duck. Come on. Did somebody? Hey, somebody got the circle. Two got the three got the circle. Actually, a lot over here got the circle. Quick Stop halftime show. 27 locations open 24 hours days. I'm Paxton Gordon. Jeff Speltzer joins me here. 30-23 is where we sit right now. Would you describe it as good, or would you say it was an okay first half for North Platte? How would you describe that first half for the Dogs from a team standpoint?
Times were good, times were bad. Like I said, with the difference is that were the turnovers that ended up in run-out layups. Other than that, I think the half-court defense was pretty good. I'm glad they didn't spend a lot of time in that 2-3 zone just because McCook
he's so good from beyond the arc.
Too good from the perimeter to, let's get all these ducks off the floor before we have
students come back out.
It's like a big Easter egg hunt. We've got a lot of folks out there picking them up. Defensively, half court was not too bad. Offensively, bright spot, Jake Kincaid having an outstanding game. 3 for 5 from the three-point line, 2 for 2 inside. And those shots inside the three-point line weren't too far from being a three-pointer. They're about 15-footers each one. He leads the way with 13. Logan Hayes, 2 for 5 points. Jared Smeltzer, 2. Caleb Odell was 1 for 5 from the three-point line, so he has 3 points. Good team effort. Probably, last time we talked about getting out-rebounded and how I kept the stat on how many teams rebound over their average.
Yes, and North Platte you said was +7, right?
We give 7 more rebounds a game than the team's average, except for Grand Island Northwest. They got 18 over their average. They only averaged 22 rebounds a game. They got 40. McCook averages 30 rebounds a game. I don't know what they're at. We'll see how that turns out.
Right now, I think they're at 11, right? Offense, well, not offensive, but just 11 in general.
Okay. So not too bad, because I think the Dogs are at 1, 2, 3, 8, 9. So they're getting out rebounded by 2.
That's
so
not that's not the end of the world. Again, when you have somebody like Oliver Corbett, who's just, again, their role is to be just planted in the paint, trying to go for those rebounds and be really just a dummy on the offensive side. You're going to kind of get out rebounded. But again, this just all boils down to, I think, Jake Kincaid not getting in foul trouble early. We've talked, me and you, a lot on air, off the air, about, like, we've seen it that Jake Kincaid can be an efficient scorer for the Bulldogs and maybe be that guy to step up and be, whether it be the first or second option. But his always shortcomings have been he gets into foul trouble early, sometimes his fault, sometimes not his fault. And because of that, he sits a lot, and he loses that momentum, or he loses that rhythm, and he comes back in cold, and he has to restart from ground zero.
He needs to be on the court, and he's done a good job. You're talking about foul trouble. He has zero. So,
yes.
So, yeah, he can just foul away.
I don't want him to do that. But in a matchup where you would think, for somebody who had struggled in the first quarter to stay in to stay in the good side of fouling, you would think that this would have been a tough matchup with a team like McCook that is just so versatile. Oliver Corbett being physical down low. For him to have 0 fouls, leading the way with 13 points and only missing 2 of his shots, this is what the Dogs needed, and they're going to need a lot more of that in the second half. So for him, as you said, to go into the second half not having to worry about his fouls or how many fouls he has will allow him to play more freely, which I think maybe cures a little bit of the Dogs' scoring issues that we saw against Grand Island Northwest on Tuesday.
And I don't think anybody's in foul trouble, are they?
No, nobody has.
Nobody even has 2, do
I think everybody just has 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody just has 1.
So they're letting them play a little bit.
Which is good.
Yep. Just I'm watching them shoot here. Keep from turning the ball over, and
you got to take things
score the basketball.
We don't need
we don't need a 10-point half again.
No.
Yeah.
And I think, again, that really boils down to why did that second half kind of happen for the Dogs. They turned the ball over, I think, 4 straight times to start the second half.
Yeah, they did.
So they lost all of their momentum, and to be fair, they also lost all of their confidence. So if North Platte wants to stay in this ballgame, or at least stay in touching distance like they are right now, they need to come out, I don't think strong, but efficient and not self-inflicted in terms of their wounds. Because if they can do that, they've actually been going toe-for-toe with McCook in today's game.
Well, it's a 7-point. They got down early.
It was
10 to 5.
They got down 18 to 8 at one point. Okay. Came back to within 2, 18-16, and then slowly that lead ballooned up to 7, and that's where it's been sitting for the last couple of minutes of that second quarter. So again, it's not insurmountable, the lead right now. It's about, again, can they avoid the issues that they themselves inflict with turnovers? Because if they can, I do think, as you said, with the way they've been defending in that first half, this game is looking much closer than if you just look at how these two teams statistically are from a record standpoint, this could be a much closer game, and there's already an adjustment being made by McCook to start this second half, and you could probably see it as well. Oliver Corbett not starting for the Indians, getting the start.
Yeah, they're going
Trey
small.
Tiller, so they're going smaller.
Yeah, boy, it's like Cooper Rakes is a 4, but kind of a 5-guard lineup.
It really is.
4-guard lineup.
They're really going to spread it out. It kind of feels like 5 wide all around the perimeter. Bryson Gillen with the basketball with Euling. Quick feed, driving in Brody Graham on the baseline. Graham blocked by Logan Hayes. Somehow Cooper Rakes gets the ball, and a foul off the rip with 7:41. That's the first foul for Jake Kincaid. You know, we spoke, just speaking, and sometimes, unfortunately, it just appears as a commentator.
That's his second. I didn't know he had one.
Where did he get his first? I'm trying to remember where he got his first one.
Yep.
So that's his second, not the end of the world, but still 30-23 as that three off the mark and rebounded by Sam Euling. Trey Tiller tried to pull up quickly off the inbounds, no good. And here the other way comes Logan Hayes. Hayes at the logo, quick feed to Euling. Euling to O'Brien. O'Brien bounce pass to Kincaid. Oh, he lost the ball, in some trouble. Gets it somehow out to Logan Hayes. Hayes with a very, very tough shot, drawing a foul. And to be fair, I don't blame.
Fortunate to get that foul call.
I was going to say, don't blame Trey Tiller.
No.
Tiller a little upset with how that foul call was going because
I thought he was straight up and kind of moving backwards even.
Yes.
We'll take it.
And Hayes did. If there's one thing Logan Hayes has gotten really good at when he's driving in the paint, he sometimes gets a little floppy in certain directions, and that one was one right there they got away with. Fortunately, he does miss the free throw. As the McCook coach having a long conversation with the official. Still a 30-23 lead for McCook.
Yeah, there's
7:16 left to go.
Been some questionable calls either way.
He misses both. Oh, Reed O'Brien almost got it. A lane violation against North Platte again. Oh, actually, that's against McCook, so Logan Hayes will go right back to the free throw line. So that's the second time. That's the third time today someone has had a lane violation.
One foul with Max Prep, still count that. Other one as a miss, even though he's getting a
redo.
Yeah.
Oh,
so their AI doesn't catch that.
Well, technically their AI is also from Huddle, so they get it from the Huddle statistics.
Well, that's what I mean. It's Huddle.
Huddle doesn't catch it. And he misses, unfortunately, all three of them. So Hayes, who's normally a really good free throw shooter, missing all three. Gillen for three is short. Fought for and rebounded by Jake Kincaid. Oh. We're going to have a technical? Hold on. Why are we calling an official's timeout here? We have an official's timeout to reset, and Jimmy Pack's a little confused.
Yeah, so now they can put a press on because they stopped the clock.
I was assuming we were going to get a technical with how.
Stoppage in play.
Yeah. But Logan Hayes with the basketball, now guarded by Brody Graham. Spins around and hands it to Reed O'Brien. O'Brien with Gillen. Kicked the ball, but it's picked up by Kincaid. Kincaid, one-on-one with Brody Rakes. Excuse me, to Cooper Rake. Now driving. Euling! Ooh, and another foul. This time against, again, Trey Tiller. I think he had all ball.
I thought that was a jump ball.
So Oliver
Corbett comes back.
Yeah, Oliver Corbett will check in. That is now 3 fouls for Trey Tiller. Now Sam Euling is at the free throw line. Mom, Janelle Euling, taking some pictures. Oof. 0 for 4 from the free throw line to start this second half for North Platte. They've had opportunities to cut into this lead, but have been unable to capitalize this time from the free throw line. And normally they're a pretty okay free throw shooting team. He'll at least make one of his 2 attempts to Sam Euling. 6-point lead for McCook, 30-24 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull's scoreboard. I thought the Dogs were sitting around 63% from the line.
Sam is a 60% shooter on the season. Goes 1 for 2.
As they feed in the corner to Corbett. Oliver Corbett, now to Rakes. Back over to Tiller. Actually, correction, that is Trip Rayleigh. Rayleigh spinning. Rayleigh in a triple team. Wide open Rakes.
Ooh, I
driving
thought he traveled.
past Reed O'Brien. Oh, and a foul against the young Reed O'Brien, his first.
Well, that one I agree with. I think that was
a foul?
Bodied him a little bit.
First foul for Reed. Second team foul for North Platte High School. Rakes tonight has 3 points, 1 for 2 in his last attempt. He'll hit nothing but net on his first. He's got 4 points now. .6:17 left to go. 31-24. The lead for the Indian. Oh, I did it again for the Bison.
Yeah.
I just got too much college on my mind. He misses the second. Good rebound by Harper Whitney. And again, that full court press, was being shown by McCook, but they step back. Caleb Odell now at the scorer's table for North Platte. probably to check in for Harper Whitney. Quick feed to Reed O'Brien. O'Brien lost the ball for just a second, now regathers. Kincaid, top of the line with Tripp Rayleigh to Ewing. Mismatched with Oliver Corbett. Now quick feed. It's Logan Hayes. Hayes lays it up and in!
No, they're going to wave it off. They're going to call it a charge.
Unbelievable. Third foul for Logan Hayes.
And I know 2 of them were on charges.
Yep. So that basket won't count. Again, I love the aggression that Logan Hayes is possessing in these games. And he's done it in the last, or at least the start to the second semester.
Has there been 3-4 possessions in a row there's been a whistle with a foul?
Yes. Gillen now with the ball into a double team. Out to Brody Graham. Quick feed over to Rayleigh. Rayleigh one-on-one. Rayleigh's shot is up, no good, and it's Jake Kincaid who comes down with the ball. And talking about somebody, Logan Hayes struggled to start, I think, really the year with his finishing around the rim. In this second semester, he's done a great job. Pullback 3 for Odell. It's short. Hayes gets the rebound. Hayes hesitating. Hayes spinning. Hayes shot, no good. He was looking for a foul. Brody Graham comes down with the rebound for McCook. Out to Gillen. Transition 3. It's in. Bryson Gillen, 12 points. His third 3 today, and it's 34-24 as Chloe Hanneborg stepping into the building. Former Bulldog basketball player. Yep. Hayes on the perimeter to Kincaid. Jared Smeltzer now looking to check in. Ewing with the ball, one-on-one with Brody Graham. 19 on the shot clock. Ewing driving, but stepping back, and now trying the other way. He'll cross over again, lost the ball, into the open court. Odell trying to fight for it, but Rakes will get it, and a foul is called against Caleb Odell. As Coach Pack not happy with the effort from Odell on that ball, or he's trying to grab that ball.
Just running alongside trying to grab the ball. Well, I think Rakes is going to end up with it and probably was going to score, so maybe that's not a bad thing.
Rakes, for a big fella, moves pretty quick. 34-24
Probably going to post Jared up here.
Yep, there they go. He got the mismatch. Offensive charge against Cooper Rakes.
No flop that time.
And that's Jared Smeltzer using the smarts, knowing he was in a disadvantaged situation with Cooper Rakes, the much bigger defender or offensive player on him.
And I hope they switch and don't have that matchup again, because he'll.
Yes, he will not get the same call twice.
Rakes is a big body, and he's going to post him up every time.
Bad feed from Jared Smeltzer as Brody Graham gets it in transition, almost stolen away by Smeltzer, and Brody Graham spins it up and in. 4 points. Again, it was only 7, but to start this third quarter, it's now ballooned up to a 12-point lead, and a timeout called by head coach Jimmy Pack. It's not been as disastrous as it was yet last Tuesday against Grand Island Northwest, but it still has not been clean and pretty as Pack would like.
No, and that was kind of a team turnover there. It was not the best pass, and we didn't meet the pass either. And it ended up in 2 points going the other direction. So. And
that's also the tough thing. A lot of these turnovers have been from bounce passes. Now, don't get me wrong, I do like bounce passes, but also sometimes the best is just a quick one right to the chest.
Yeah. And as aggressive as McCook is right now, maybe it's a fake and a backdoor move.
Opportunity, yes.
Yeah.
Timeouts are brought to you in part, sorry, I'm going to cut you off there, by Kevin McGann of the Fortified Group. See him on the one-way, 621 South Dewey. He's been helping Nebraska families, farmers, and businesses for more than 50 years. Continue on with your point there.
No, quickly down by 12. You can't lose it here. You got to get a bucket this time down the court, and get another stop on the other end. Don't let it get away from you, dogs.
And that's the big thing. You can see when it got away from them with Grand Island, they kind of could not stop the bleeding. They just didn't have a way to stop what was going on. You're looking for this team now to kind of have learned from what happened on Tuesday to to get away from what that transpired then, and maybe this is that time.
Yeah, and what happens a lot, that was Northwest, Grand Island High School it happened to, too.
Yes. It's been an unfortunate, frequent thing that has happened this season for North Platte. Kincaid, quick feed to Ewing. Now to Odell, steps back, 20 on the shot clock with 3:48 left to go in this third quarter. Kincaid gets the handoff. Been kind of quiet, but out of the 3 from Odell on another one that's off the mark. He has yet to hit a 3 in this second half and only has 1 today, does Caleb Odell.
He's 1 for 7 on the evening.
Trip Rayleigh picking his dribble up, in some trouble to a cutting Brody Graham. Now to Corbett. Oliver Corbett putting his head down, kicks out. Rayleigh, nice, beautiful 3 from him. He had too much time to set and fire, and he has 10 points, Trip Rayleigh does, and another 3-pointer for McCook. North Platte needs to score here on this possession. Hayes in the corner now, back to Jared Smeltzer. Needs something to go their way offensively to stop the bleeding. Odell gets the handoff. Now going to the other side. Guarded one-on-one by now Oliver Corbett, a mismatch. Smeltzer, bounce pass to Kincaid. Kincaid, he'll step back. Kincaid, man, that is another beautiful bucket for Jake Kincaid.
Have yourself a night, kid.
Now he's at 15 total points for Jake Kincaid.
Get a stop, get a stop.
Brody Graham at the free throw line. Gets it down low to Rakes, and that's a mismatch. Kincaid tries to steal it away, but Cooper Rakes gets it. Rakes from 8 feet out. Corbett's going to try to get the rebound.
Yep.
Yes. Good battle between Kincaid and Corbett. And now North Platte takes over, so there's your stop. Now North Platte needs to put another foot in front and get another bucket. Slowly but steadily, claw back. Don't take big leaps.
Get the ball to Jake.
He has been the Dogs' best scorer tonight with 15 points. I believe a season high for Jake Kincaid.
I believe so.
Odell crossing over Rayleigh. Now quick feed over to Jake Kincaid, but it's tipped out of bounds by Cooper Rakes. They're actually going to say it's off of Kincaid. And that's a turnover for North Platte. Checking in Mason West as out goes Trip Rayleigh. And the other way comes McCook. Honestly, I don't know if I totally agree with that.
Back to the zone.
That's a little scary. Graham driving in on Smeltzer. Picking his dribble up. Back out to Bryson Gillen for 3. No good. Rebounded. Oh, offensive foul or defensive foul against Kincaid for pushing.
That's his third.
Cooper Rakes. As Kincaid arguing with the official. He's not happy with that call. Oh, that's actually on, no, that is on Kincaid. I thought they put up number 3 for Ewing, but that puts McCook in the bonus.
Boy, we got in the bonus quicker than I thought.
157 is not too bad left to go.
I didn't think we had that many fouls.
No, I also agree. We had 3 at one point, but those 2 quick ones from Jake must have been the reason. As Cooper Rakes now, he has 5 points, makes another free throw. 40-26. As Coach Pack and Smeltzer have a conversation. Rakes makes another. He's got 6 points. And checking in, Reed O'Brien once again. Smeltzer up the court. Guarded one-on-one by Gillen. Quick feed to Odell. Back to Smeltzer. Smeltzer feeds to Logan Hayes. Hayes guarded by Rakes. Might be a little bit of a mismatch. Might want to take on that action. He drives, spins, still keeps his dribble, but lost the basketball. And it's a turnover for North Platte. Feels a little bit like we're, I wouldn't say seeing some hero ball, but not seeing that same ball movement that we saw in the first half that made North Platte so successful offensively. As Smeltzer and Pack have a conversation on the bench. Corbett down low to Mason West.
So maybe he stepped out there, but the official was right there.
Bounce pass to Oliver Corbett. Corbett with Kincaid. And a timeout called by McCook. And the Bison. Timeouts brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group.
I don't know why you call a timeout when your big guy is 4 feet away from the hoop, getting ready to shoot.
To also be fair, he does have 2 points, so you know, how much do you trust the big fella to shoot the basketball from 4 feet away? But again, I hate to be that guy, but it's slowly starting to slip away for North Platte a little bit here. It's not as egregious as it was Tuesday against Grand Island Northwest with the turnovers, but the Dogs have just been unable to stop the bleeding, and when they do commit a turnover, it still results in a bucket the other way for the Bison.
17 turnovers on the night for the Dogs.
So that is 5 in the third quarter alone.
Yeah, you'd like to be around 10 or 11 for a game, so you're over
that.
And
how much do you have? Do you have the stats there? How much they average per game off turnovers for North Platte?
Thought it was a little under 14, but we'll.
Oh, really? That's actually not as bad as I thought. 14 is pretty good.
It doesn't have the average. It has.
Okay, the total, like the grand total.
Well, let's see. I might be on a. Oh, turnovers per game, 14.8.
Okay. I mean, again, it's the same thing we said. It's not great, but it's not bad. Well, it's not bad, but it's also not great. So I've definitely increased over that, and that's been a primary reason as to why North Platte has so far struggled in this third quarter. They haven't been able to stop the bleeding that is McCook finding baskets, and then they're turning it over on their own end, leading to missed opportunities for their offense. As checking back in comes Jared Smeltzer. Corbett, quick feed to Brody Graham. Graham drives on Odell. Good defense from Odell. Now to Bryson Gillen, who pulls up for three. Another one. Oof. I mean, good defense and closeout from Reed O'Brien, but Gillen now has 15 points. That's three-pointer number 4 in this, well, excuse me, correction, that's three-pointer number 3 in this game.
And a lot of it happened from Graham getting penetration.
And that's another turnover as the other way comes Bryson Gillen as he stripped Reed O'Brien. A transition 3, and Bryson Gillen with another one. And I think
Jeff's feeling it.
Yep, and this game is now cracked wide open. 21-point lead for McCook and the Bison. Logan Hayes with the ball. Hayes going baseline. Hayes in some trouble. And oh my gosh, a travel will be called.
Dogs have only scored 3 points in this quarter, so same story, different night.
As Jimmy Pack. Yeah. Oh, now he's going at the officials a little bit, Jimmy Pack is.
Logan got bumped pretty hard to cause that travel.
Yeah, so Pack not happy.
Curt Signetti doesn't like the call either.
I agree with Curt Signetti. Yeah. And I agree with Pack as well. He's kind of both mixed, unhappy with the way the offense has been moving the basketball in this second half, and a little bit with the officials. Brody Graham, one-on-one with Smeltzer. Good defense from the young Jared Smeltzer.
Not really getting
anywhere.
I was going to say,
where's
another
that push?
Forearm.
Yeah, give it to me.
5-second call, good defense.
Yeah, there we go. Jared Smeltzer
creates a turnover.
And now Pack going at the official, asking for those forearms. Yeah. As checking in once again, Trenton Rayleigh and Trip Rayleigh. So the brothers check in.
Okay, Dogs, know your time here.
6.5 seconds. And now McCook, as Gillen checks out. McCook going to a full court, at the moment looking like a full court pressure with 6 seconds. Smeltzer with the basketball. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Smeltzer lost the ball, but a foul will be called.
And that's only the 4th, so no free throws.
But you have 1 second,
1 second
to get something in. Trenton Rayleigh, his second, and also for the first time today checking in sophomore Lance Koenig.
Yeah, see, they don't want, and he's 6'5", they don't want the lob in there.
Logan Hayes with the inbounds. Bounce pass down low to Kincaid. He fades. Oh, almost in.
It would have counted.
And that is how this quarter comes to an end. North Platte High School trailing McCook 47-26. Unfortunately, Jeff Smeltzer, that lead is ballooned out at 21 points. We'll come back to see if the Dogs can find an answer in the 4th on FM 98.1 and AM 1410.
Craving bold flavors and authentic Chinese cuisine? Look no further than Szechuan Famous Foods. From spicy Szechuan classics to mouth-watering dumplings, fresh sushi, their dishes are crafted with the freshest ingredients and traditional recipes. Whether you're dining in or taking out, every bite is a taste of China. Visit Szechuan Famous Foods today, where flavor is always first. Located at 320 Rodeo Road, or order online at SzechuanFamous.com for carryout or delivery. Your taste buds will thank you.
You ever feel like there's no time for cooking dinner? On the go, all the time. Dave's Place can cover your hunger wherever you want to eat.
Stop into Dave's for lunch and dinner at 502 East Francis. Order carryout and take it on the go or DoorDash it straight to your couch.
You can enjoy Dave's anywhere. And what goes great with pizza? Wings. Plus the big game on to watch with your friends.
Let Dave's Place do dinner for you. 502 East Francis in North Platte.
Mom, I'm hungry. I know where to go. Whoop, whoop.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to the Doghouse, FM 98.1, AM 1410. I believe Bryce Gillen has 5 threes now. I couldn't get to tell you before we got back on. And we'll talk to that fan who asked for our stats behind us. But North Platte starting quarter number 4, trailing McCook and the Bison 47-26 is a 3 from Kincaid. Wow, dude, another one for Jake Kincaid. I mean, you talk about somebody, at least on the Dogs, that is showing some life. Jake Kincaid has been that in this game, having a career night, specifically from the perimeter, as Gillen on the perimeter now with the ball. Quick feed over to Tiller. Tiller in the corner to Brody Graham, baseline, kicks it back out. Rook for three. It's short, and there's Jared Smeltzer. Smeltzer now pushing tempo for the Dogs. Smeltzer goes to the far side to Logan Hayes. Caleb Odell quickly checking in for North Platte. 47-29. The handoff to Jared Smeltzer. Smeltzer spinning. Smeltzer into two defenders and a travel for Jared Smeltzer.
That travel I agree with. Spun and went to pass, and the one he was going to pass to wasn't
there. Yep. So Logan Hayes will be the substitution out for Odell to check in. As up the court now comes Trey Tiller. Tiller, he'll pull up for a three off the screen, and it's in. I mean, boy, man, this McCook squad, again, they're 10-2 for a reason, and their three-point shooting has been outstanding tonight.
I think they've got Ogallala coming up, if I
remember correctly. I'll have to look. They have Ogallala has Sydney on Saturday as that pass way off the mark from Trey Tiller. But yes, Ogallala plays Sydney at home. That's a makeup game from the one that was canceled a few weeks ago. You can listen to Ogallala basketball right now as they battle Alliance and the Bulldogs on Flat Rock 100.7. Derek Beck on call. That is the #1 team in Class C1 Ogallala boys.
Contract hire Derek Beck, huh?
Yes, contract. Yes, yes, contracted labor as, full court heave all the way up. Missed the layup. Missed another layup from the Bison, but they somehow get the rebound, and when the foul is called, it does go in. So you really couldn't have asked for a worse kind of situation there, as they gave up multiple offensive rebounds and then foul with an and one. But yes, Derek Beck, currently, of course, at the boss, the owner, partial owner of Urag Network. Contract him out for some Ogallala games.
Yeah. No longer employee, he's just free agent guy now.
That's right. I don't even know if I call him free agent
guy.
Hired gun. Yes, hired gun, Derek Beck. 13 points for Trip Rayleigh as the Bison lead 53-29. Caleb Odell has it as checking in Oliver Corbett. And tipping out almost, yes, as Harper Whitney checks in for Reed O'Brien, and then Oliver Corbett checks in. Yeah, Bryson Gillen does have 5. I just restatted it. So he's got 5 threes in the game so far for Bryson Gillen. He had 12 in his last game against Lexington.
12 threes?
That's what he said. That's what that parent said. As picked up off of another turnover from North Platte. Trip Rayleigh. Smeltzer with a good strip, but somehow Oliver Corbett comes down with it. Watch out. Here comes Bryson Gillen again. Bryson Gillen, 21 points. His 6th three today. And it's 56-29, the lead for McCook. How about an answer back from one Caleb Odell? That is what the team needed. And a timeout called by head coach Jimmy Pack. Full team timeout. And again, if North Platte wants to find something to kind of hold their hat on, or at least spark their offense, maybe a three from the microwave himself, Caleb Odell. But I say that, Brecken Corco checks in for Jake Kincaid. An interesting move with, again, Oliver Corbett still in the game. They're going to give Kincaid a little bit of a break. Have Brecken Corco, the wrecking ball, check in to go one-on-one with Oliver Corbett.
Jake has 4 threes. So
2 behind Bryson Gillen. So he's got
4 for 7. And so he's got 12, 14, 16, 18 points for Jake.
I don't think that can't be a career high, right? I feel like he's had a 20-point game in there. I'll have to look.
He might have last year. I don't know if he has this year.
No, not this year. In terms of a season high, yes. This is, at the moment, his season high. Now, career-wise, I don't believe that is his career high. Now, by the end of the night, if he continues to shoot like he is, this could be. But he's getting a break as Brecken Corco checks in. He'll be going one-on-one with Oliver Corbett now. So I think both teams running a little bit out of timeouts, but don't officially know.
I think we've got
maybe
possibly one player over 6 foot tall out there.
Yep. And that might be Sam Ewing.
Yeah.
Bryson Gillen.
Harper might be listed at 6 foot.
I think you're right. I forgot Harper when he just checked into the floor. Gillen pulls up for another three. He hits another one. Boy, man, he is now lighting up. That's three-pointer number 7 for Bryson Gillen. He's at 24 points, and Hayes and Kincaid will check immediately back in off of the timeout. Odell fading three is short, and it's rebounded by Trip Rayleigh. Now Rayleigh up the court. Tiller kicks it back out. Bryson Gillen's wide open for three. Are you kidding me? That one off the front iron rolls in.
When you're hot, I guess.
And I guess he is. He's now at 8 3-pointers. Of course, had, as we said, 12 last game, according to one of the McCook fans. 62-32.
Jake, Jared, you can take a
little drive here against Cooper Rakes. He landed off to Odell.
Well, he had Corbett on him out
on the perimeter, yeah. So Harper Whitney turns corner and throws the other way to Euling. Euling spinning into the lane. Ooh, broke the guy's ankles. Euling's shot is up. Euling's shot is in. Oh boy, broke some ankles there for Sam Euling. In transition, Corbett to Gillen. There's no way, right? Okay, he misses that one, thank heavens, as Odell comes down with another rebound. 62-34. Unfortunately for North Platte, when it rains, it pours, as quick feed in the corner. Three for Euling, short. And then he gets his own miss. Oh, but Smeltzer's out of bounds.
Yeah, Smeltzer hadn't established himself yet.
As Hayes and Jake Kincaid check in, so Corco and Whitney are out. And checking in now, Brody Graham, as Cooper Rakes checks out with 3:47 left to go. Again, when it rains, it pours here in the doghouse, specifically in the second half. And I already know what Jimmy Pax, or head coach Pax, going to say when he comes back to talk with us on La Casa del Rio's post-game coach's interview. He's just going to be as confused as what happens at halftime as we are, as another shot from Gillen is short, rebounded by Rakes. Rakes' next shot is short, as Corbett's other shot is missed. Can we get a rebound, please? But a foul. Oliver Corbett has 5 rebounds, and Cooper Rakes comes down with his third. Jared Smeltzer checks out, and Reed O'Brien checks in. So Trenton Rayleigh checks in for Oliver Corbett. Score is 62-34 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull's scoreboard. We meet you where you're at. Help you get to where you want to be. Jake Kincaid, another three for the junior. 62-32, but Reed O'Brien fouling.
And Jared Smeltzer
Trey
at the table.
Tiller, I think he's going to come right back in for Reed O'Brien. Nope, he comes in for Caleb Odell. So Odell checks out. Jared Smeltzer checks in.
Euling on Gillen.
So up now comes Brody Graham, and another foul. Jared Smeltzer.
It's amazing he sees this from behind the play, and the official in front of it cannot see it. So probably a good call, but it just seemed like.
Is that Papa Smeltzer speaking?
Yeah, it is. It seems like a different official should make that call.
Yes, understandably so, in terms of who had the better vision of that one, because that back official is looking to the back of Jared Smeltzer and called for a block or a push. And then Smeltzer, quick second foul and quick transgression. That time a little more obvious.
That one seemed legit.
Yep, that's the third foul for Smeltzer, as Coach Pack trying to write something on the whiteboard, but not too happy with whatever he's written down. And Brody Graham shooting yet again. He misses his first free throw, and into the ballgame comes Trip Rayleigh with 2:56 left to go. So it looks like McCook will now make it to 11-2 on the season. North Platte now at 3-12. As another free throw made by Brody Graham, his 5th point. Harper Whitney at the scorer's table once more. 2:52 left to go. Euling, Graham, quick feed over to Smeltzer, one-on-one with Tiller. Good jab step. Smeltzer, whoa! Got trampled over by Trip Rayleigh. That's a good move by Jared Smeltzer. Got 3 defenders jumping on him. Rayleigh picks up his second team foul. Well, they say his first.
That elbow again that he did against Holdridge.
It looks like it. How much has that been affecting him as his father?
Yeah, no, I don't think much, but
you can see him grabbing at it right now as Harper Whitney gets the inbounds. He's still holding on to it, and a foul called against Cooper Rakes. First for Rakes. Smeltzer still holding it on that far side. Third team foul for McCook, 63-37 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull's scoreboard as the quick feed over to Jared Smeltzer. Smeltzer into the corner to Logan Hayes. Back to Smeltzer. Fires one to Kincaid. He'll pull up for another three. There's no way, right? Off the back iron. And there is no way as he unfortunately misses. Another rebound for Brody Graham. Bryson Gillen with a quick feed down low to Mason West. His bucket's up and in. Good vision from Gillen to find West cutting on the baseline. 65-37. And we have a substitution for North Platte High School at the scorer's table. That's Bo Black.
And still not to the bonus yet.
No, Landry Hammond also looking to check in. Lance Koning for McCook, so here come the reserves for North Platte High. Second foul for Bryson Gillen. So Smeltzer and Euling check out. Landry Hammond and Bo Black check into the game. Kincaid still out there. Hayes all the way back to Hammond. Actually, that's Harper Whitney. Hayes pulls up for three. No good. Great rebound by Bo Black. Black now with the basketball. Down low to Kincaid. Kincaid's shot is up and in. He's got another bucket. Having a season high right now for the junior. Potentially a career high for him in the corner. Mason West, one-on-one with Whitney. Now they feed it to Graham. Gillen thought about that three, but good closeout from Landry Hammond. Uh-oh, Kincaid trying to fight for that steal. Ball's on the floor. Logan Hayes picks it up, and here comes the other way, North Platte. Up they go to Harper Whitney. Good feed from the senior. Whitney in the corner, bounce passes.
Oh, he's holding his jersey. Oh.
Oh, and how about the first substitution of the year? Tristan Graves. The first, I think, time that Tristan Graves is seen.
He got it against Bennington and Lexington.
So good to see Tristan Graves.
I think he scored 2 points on the season.
Another exciting prospect from the JV pool.
Good kid. I like him.
Bo Black almost got that feed in from Kincaid, but he turns it over. Oh, then Graves. Oh, just a little too aggressive. Gets called for a foul. Caden Gale checking in. This is the second straight game we've seen Caden Gale for North Platte. Free throws for Mason West, 63-39. I want to say shout out to everybody tuning in on our live stream. 71 viewers tonight. Thank you so much for staying warm. Make sure your water's turned on with the craziness that is this weather. Gunnar Boyer checks in as well as Caden Gale. So the all-reserve lineup now in for North Platte. A lot of guys we have a lot of high thoughts on in terms of who is the future of North Platte High School to be seen. 67-39. Graves on the far side now with the ball. Getting a screen, Tristan Graves from Gale, but picks his dribble up. Gale gets it to Bo Black. Black guarded one-on-one by Mason West. Bo Black picking his dribble up, almost got called for a travel. Gale with it, lost the control. Gale to Landry Hammond. Hammond. Graves, 13 on the shot clock. Graves steps back. Bo Black with it, 8 seconds to Hammond. Hammond pulls up a deep three. Landry Hammond off the mark. Oh, Gale fighting for the rebound. So is Bo Black. And a jump ball that goes the way of McCook. Also checking in Landon Martinez now for McCook. So Talon Outerkirk checks in, and Landon Polk. Where is my boy Lance Polk? Is he in? I bet you Lance is in the crowd tonight.
He's here somewhere.
I know,
there he
Lance.
is. He's back up behind you.
Oh, Lance is probably a happy man right now seeing his son. Of course, Landon Polk also going to be part of the baseball team come spring, especially with Cade Songster out with his knee injury. Might be seeing some of Landon Polk as that floater is up and in from Grant Ruggles. And here comes Outerkirk. 27 seconds left on the score clock. Outerkirk on the right wing now with the ball. Timeout called by head coach Jimmy Pack.
I think he's just trying to get a substitution in.
So Gunnar Boyer checks out. Checking in Tristan Graves as Coach Pack still having a word, I think, with Gunnar Boyer as he goes to the bench. In the corner now with the Gale. 18 seconds, needing some help. Somebody needs to help him. Gale gets control of the basketball after it's stripped away, and a foul called against Landon Martinez. So now to the free throw line goes Caden Gale. His first attempts today with 13.7 seconds left to go. He misses his first. 69-39, a 30-point lead for McCook and the Bison. As again, they will close this game out and win their 11th game of the season. Gale off the backboard, it's up and in. 40 points. North Platte is crested here today. Graves, one-on-one. They throw it to the far side and hold it out now with Lance Koenig. And McCook will, once again, come up with another victory. Their 11th of the season. North Platte falls to now 3-12 on the season. 69-40 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull scoreboard as Coach Jimmy Pack and Bryson Gillen have a fun little get-together at half court. But another tough game for North Platte High School for almost the same reason as it was on Tuesday. You had a team that was going shot for shot, punch for punch with McCook in the first half. And then for some reason in that second half, whatever happens at halftime, everything just falls apart and North Platte cannot seem to find the same success it did in the first half and fall 69-40. How many points did they score in that fourth quarter, if you know off the top of your head?
14.
That's better than it was.
To 22. 22 for McCook, 14 for North Platte.
Still better than it was on Tuesday.
Yeah, third quarter they only scored 3. They got outscored 17-3 in the third quarter.
Yeah, so in the grand scheme of things, it is, they gave up 40 points in that second half. Well, not 40 exactly, but I think
39.
39, yeah, in that second half. When you scored only,
23, 17 points.
17 points, yeah, that's not how you win basketball games. No. And that's not, of course, and I know head coach Jimmy Pack will have this conversation, so everybody buckle down.
Yeah.
What he's going to have after this conversation. But
and I don't know what it is.
You even said the same thing too when we were at a timeout and a break. You were kind of sitting there asking the same question, like what's going on at halftime for everybody who looked so locked in the first half to kind of lose all of that at halftime, except for Jake Kincaid, who had a really great game tonight. But where's the disconnect happening? Because there's got to be somewhere where a disconnect is happening. At that halftime.
And it was the long halftime with the teammates' presentation, but I would get out as soon as you could. Maybe you could get a layup line, do something, and get moving and get back into the game. I don't know what it is, what happens.
And again, same thing. Head coach Jimmy Pack will probably say the same thing in terms of like he's a myth right now as well, just trying to think what can we do to as you said, to make sure that this team stays locked in coming out of halftime. Because honestly, my problem these days aren't with the first half or aren't what they're doing first half wise, because they've been pretty efficient in that first half. They've looked pretty good in the first half. It's just like last year where just for some odd reason they come out of halftime and everything is just crumbling at the seams, like they come out, as you said, cold, like they need to get more action at halftime to warm up or at least get re-engaged with the game.
And you wasted an outstanding performance by Jake Kincaid. He was on fire. We'll get to the stats later.
Yeah.
But he got 23 points and 7 rebounds.
I think that might be his I think his career high. I have to look through his previous games, but I assume that is his career high right now for Jake Kincaid. And as you said, a wasted opportunity because he had been so good tonight from beyond the arc. Actually, really just anywhere on the field. I think he's only missed 3 field goals.
Yeah, he was 5 of 9 from three-point land and 4 of 5.
So he missed 5 in total. So really efficient night for Jake Kincaid.
Outstanding night for Jake. Played hard the whole night, and it helped because he could be aggressive because he never really got in foul trouble. He ended up with 3 I think.
But like
those came in the second half.
You never really felt too afraid like we would in the first half when he gets his 2 fouls. So great night for Jake Kincaid. Still many answers need to be addressed with that second half. And we'll talk with head coach Jimmy Pack here in a little bit to see what his answers to that problem-solving equation are. Because isn't he a math teacher? Or is he a science teacher?
History or social studies.
My type of guy. So we'll step aside, take a break. We'll get you those stats and statistics. We come back here to the Doghouse on FM 98.1 and AM 1410.
personalized care with one goal, to keep you moving and enjoying life. Dr. Anthony Martin is now seeing patients at Great Plains Health Orthopedics, fellowship trained in hand and upper extremity surgery. Dr. Martin treats carpal tunnel, tennis elbow, arthritis, and trauma fractures throughout the body, and is fluent in Spanish. Schedule today at 308-568-3800.
Your health is our mission. Great Plains Health.
Are you in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV? Look no further than Bill Summers Ford, Honda, Nissan for your next vehicle. Look online 24/7 at BillSummers.com. Bill Summers is Western Nebraska's leasing headquarters, and they have aggressive financing to get you into the vehicle you've been dreaming of. Check out all the inventory at BillSummers.com anytime. Bill Summers Ford, Honda, Nissan, where families are our business. Highway 83 and Walker Road in North Platte, and online 24/7 at BillSummers.com.
Experience the beauty of downtown North Platte and enjoy lunch or dinner at the Cedar Room. The Cedar Room is an unparalleled restaurant experience with this unique atmosphere where modern meets rustic. Enjoy a handcrafted cocktail made with the freshest ingredients by a master mixologist while dining from their delicious American fusion cuisine menu. Make a reservation by calling 308-532-4825 or reserve online at thecedarroomne.com. The Cedar Room, 505 North Dewey in beautiful downtown North Platte.
When the leaves start falling and the temps start dropping, do your windows keep the cold out or let it in? From foggy panes and drafts to cracked or outdated glass, Larry's Glass can help you cozy up your home before winter hits. Repairs, replacements, even custom storm windows. Call Larry's Glass in North Platte today and stay warm, safe, and energy smart all season long. Larry's Glass, 211 West 5th, where quality meets clarity.
Craving bold flavors and authentic Chinese cuisine? Look no further than Szechuan Famous Foods. From spicy Szechuan classics to mouth-watering dumplings, fresh sushi, their dishes are crafted with the freshest ingredients and traditional recipes. Whether you're dining in or taking out, every bite is a taste of China. Visit Szechuan Famous Foods today, where flavor is always first. Located at 320 Rodeo Road, or order online at SzechuanFamous.com for carryout or delivery. Your taste buds will thank you.
When the power goes out in a storm, the last thing you want to learn is that it could take days to get it restored. So here's something to learn before the next storm. Kohler generators fire up automatically within 10 seconds of a power outage, so your house will stay warm and the lights will stay on. When it comes to reliability, nothing beats a Kohler generator, even in the storm of the century. Get the facts and find your generator with D12 Industries in North Platte.
Post-game wrap-up. Quick Stop never closes, with 24 locations open 24 hours a day.
Welcome back here to the Doghouse, FM 98.1, AM 1410. Video live streaming on our Cedar Room live stream, NorthPlattePost.com. North Platte High School falls to McCook and the Bison 69-40 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull scoreboard to meet you where you're at. Help you get to where you want to be. Another tough second half performance for North Platte High School, getting outscored 39-17. And that is really how this game just transpired after 1 point being down 2 points, 18-16 going into that second quarter, and only being down 7 going into the halftime. Again, you get outscored 39-17 in the second half. And it just, as probably head coach Jimmy Pack would say, just a little confused and trying to figure out these little small things at halftime. Head coach Jimmy Pack joins me. Coach, it's good to see you. I feel like, again, we're doing that Spider-Man meme. We're pointing around being like, you look like last game. And unfortunately for your team, it kind of transpired the same way as last game. You came out, in that first half, I thought really put together really well. Jake Kincaid, who stayed out of foul trouble, really helped the team offensively move the pace around. And then just for whatever reason, after coming out of the half, all that energy just kind of just went whoop and sucked out of the building. And McCook went on again that 39-17 end of the half, or end of the game, to get the victory 69-40 today.
I just asked them after the game, the second game in a row that this has happened, so I'm going to need one of them to explain to me why. We're going to have to take some ownership here. And Sam Ewing said it best. We think that whatever happened in the first half is just going to mirror in the second half, and we're not making that adjustment. We're not keeping the intensity where it needs to be. And I told them the really disappointing thing, for 5 minutes and 27 seconds left in the fourth quarter, we're in our 55 defense, and 8 possessions somebody forgot. And that's the kind of stuff that's just absolutely killing us right now. It's those little things. It's that lack of intensity. It's, we showed them on film. One of our shots goes up, and we got 3 guys standing at the volleyball line getting back on defense. And, those are the kind of things that players got to play. And I told them it's at this point I'm almost I'm a little lost at what to do, because the things that we work on every single day in practice, we're not carrying over into games. The shots that we're picking, the lack of movement on offense. Jake was hot. We had games early in the year where Johnny was hot. But we can't just come out and rely on one guy scoring 17, 20 points in one half to carry us. It's got to be a well-balanced effort. That's just not the kind of team that we are. We got to have a well-balanced, other guys doing other things. And unfortunately, right now, we're just not carrying over what we work on in practice every day.
Yeah, and it's really the small things, unfortunately, that are adding up. It's not like you're getting gashed hugely when it comes to either height mismatches or something that's going wrong defensively in a matchup standpoint. As you said, it's those really small, minute details that are what's costing your team right now. And as every coach that's old and is either in the retirement home or, I hate to say soon to be in the retirement home, but they'll always say it's the small things add up. And that's kind of how it was. It was not the turnover fest to start the second half like we saw against Grand Island, but it was a small turnover here in the open court. It was a bad read over here. It was not boxing out, letting them get an offensive rebound, then fouling them when they make an and one. It's just these small little things that are adding up to 2 points, 5 points. Then it's 7, then it's 10, and now we're at to 39 or 30 by the end of the game. And that's where I think the thing is. It's not overarching problems. It's these small things that teams really need to focus on to be elite and to be really good.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I said that before the game. I've said it during the game. I said after the game. Little things add up to big things, and that's in every avenue of life. You let one thing turn into 2 things and snowball, and I think sometimes we get a little bit of the uh-ohs if we miss 2 shots coming out of half and they make 2 shots, and that's not competitive. That's not, like I said, and I told them that at the end of the game, we're subbing dudes out because they don't know what defense we're in, and we've been in it for 5.5 minutes, and that's on my behalf as a coach that I haven't gotten them there yet. We only have 2 hours of practice, so every little thing, we'd probably be there till 10 o'clock at night if we worked on every little thing. We try to have a big emphasis each day in practice, and whether that's Blue, you're the varsity guys. You're pretty much on defense, and you're pretty much boxing out today. If you want the ball, you got to go get a defensive rebound. And the next day, it might be we're really honing in on, and you hope what you did the day before carries over. But right now, we've got some slippage where we can focus on it for that day, but then the next day it kind of goes right out the window again, and we've just got to fix that.
Yeah, and that's the toughest aspect also, is because we've seen it. We've seen 2 games in a row now in the first half where it's 2 good offenses that we've kept toe-to-toe with. I think they're done differently. Grand Island Northwest, not the perimeter shooting team like McCook is, where they can get pretty hot from beyond the arc. But in that first half, every punch that was thrown by McCook was immediately answered back. So I think that's the most frustrating part about how these games turn out, because it's not like it's from start to finish bad. It's like we've started out pretty good, and you feel pretty comfortable going into halftime being like, okay, we have a few things that we still need to clean up, but it's not the end of the world. And for as you said, for some odd reason, it always just falls apart in the second half because they think that percentage, like for that Grand Island game, we shot 40% from beyond the arc, and then we think we shot sub 20 in that second half. They're just assuming that it's going to continue, and that's not how the law of averages work out. And as a coach, you said you only get a couple hours to really focus in. What can the guys do, maybe even out of the practice facility, to kind of help not only refocus them in to notice those small things, but to maybe get that little extra work in, that little extra understanding to, if you go into, of course, next week when you won't have much practice because you're going to go on the road to the tournament, be able to feel much more prepped coming out of that second half?
I think film's a big teacher, but unfortunately when you're a teenager, you only watch the cool things you did. You don't really look at. And I told them we watched film earlier this week, and I can see, because I'm a negative Nancy on film because I'm a coach, and all I see are the bad things. Because I know those are the things that are fixed, and the good things means we've already got it down. Certainly film, like I said, the free throw thing, we come in 2 or 3 times a week before school at 7 a.m. and shoot free throws as a team. We try to make it as competition. There's a belt that we pass around for whoever shot the best that week. I told them we're about to stop doing that and see if it helps, because our free throws aren't going down.
I'm not saying they haven't gotten any better either.
No, so I'm a big believer in visualization, visualizing the situations I'm going to be in a game, whether that's defensively, offensively, once we know the scout, who I'm guarding, visualizing good things and visualizing yourself doing good things. I wholeheartedly believe that going into a game, mentally prepared and locked in is huge, and it's key. And as you said last week, it can't always require a rah-rah speech from the coach. Sometimes you got to show up and just be ready to go. And I've got to show up ready to go. The coaching staff has to show up ready to go, and all the players got to show up ready to go. I was proud of how we started, but one of the big things we've been talking about the last 2 weeks is a quiet gym is a losing gym.
Mhm.
And I could hear their team, and I couldn't hear ours tonight. And I told them I was very disappointed in that of how much we've harped on that for a week and a half. And I can hear them calling out pop switch, knowing where our shooters are at, and then I can't hear a peep out of our guys. I told them the girls in the student section can't hear you anyway, so the strong silent type has to stop. We got to stop trying to be the strong tough guy, because any basketball player worth anything is a talker, is a communicator.
And again, for a team like McCook that does run a lot of those, not only switches, but off-ball screens to get guys open, like a Bryson Gillen who pops off so quickly from those screens. That is a very crucial part, and one of those things that can be easily fixed outside of just practicing that, because that's just a true, just like with rebounding, it's all about the effort. It's all about your intention to go do that. So it's up to really them to be kind of that, do we want that or do we not want that? And that's one of those things that can be fixed outside of getting practice, because that's just a reflection of you having a moment to yourself being like, do I truly want this? And I think they do. And again, cresting over your win total last year has already been a big help in that department. Now it's about that drive to continue to get better, especially when you have a tournament coming up. And shoot, before we know it, we're going to be talking about, I hate to say it, but districts is coming up here. So you got one more game to close out this week, another fun road trip. Not as terrible as going to Bennington. It's only terrible because it's going to be so gosh darn cold in the morning. Right. But you're going to York. That's a team that lost one of its key big pieces last year, but has really surprised a lot of people because they've continued that momentum that they had last year and are a very, very tough opponent with their size. So really take me through. I know it's only, you're going to have a short time to really break down in your mind what happened here tonight. What, as a coach, do you think this team needs to do going into tomorrow to really right that ship, or at least take a step in the right direction instead of 2 steps backwards?
We've got to fix the little things. It starts, it stops, everything in the middle is our talking. And I told them I hate using this word, but I was disappointed coming home from Bennington that they were louder watching a NFL playoff game than I've ever heard them ever in practice or ever in a game, and that's unexcusable. I said, there's not a player on the Broncos that knows who any one of you are. And why are we more invested in the Denver Broncos game than we are in our own games? Hurts a little bit as their coach, because I know how hard they work. 3-mile runs back in the fall, 20 and 20s twice a year this year. And I don't know why, with all that investment, that you're not just pouring it all out on the court. And I'm not saying the effort's not there, but I truly believe fixing it with the talking and buying in and being as invested as we are in if our team wins in the NFL as we are, and who wins on Friday and Saturday night in the dog pound or down in York is going to be a huge step in the right direction.
Coach, as always, thank you so much for stopping on by. Safe travels. Wear a big jacket, because I don't want you to get sick. Got a boy. I don't want you to get sick out there. Head coach Jimmy Pack, as always, joins us. Love having a conversation with him. Daylight, sunlight, nighttime, rain, snow, cold, hot. Always love talking to Jimmy Pack. Our coach's interview is brought to you in part by La Casa del Rios. Once again, I missed it. So one thing I don't like about basketball is you just miss the favorite food places in the world, and I miss La Casa del Rio because they are closed right now. They're only open 11 to 8, Tuesdays through Saturday. La Casa del Rios, where tradition meets flavor. Bulldogs fall in today's game. Both of them do, to McCook and the Indians. Your final score for the girls, 57-30, while the boys, 69-40. They're back in action on Saturday versus York in the afternoon. We'll be back in action next Wednesday for the men's game against Northeastern Junior College on Wednesday. For Paxi Gordon, Jeff Smeltzer, who has disappeared already, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for coming out on this cold day, and we will see you next week.
My name is David Merrill. I'm the head chef over here at the Cedar Room. What I hope to bring to the community is an opportunity to explore new horizons that people maybe haven't before because it was too expensive, too intimidating, too abroad. And I just kind of want to bring an opportunity for people to try new things in, exciting ways that, are still small town affordable. Stop on by at the Cedar Room located here